Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, my neighbor.
Good morning to life. Music, talk, inspiration, in perspective.
Express yourself.
Good morning, my neighbor.
City FM, your station.
It's a refreshing lifestyle.
City FM 97.3.
He's a great God, and we celebrate him tonight. Oh, yeah. We love you, Jesus. Yeah. Hallelujah. Yahweh, we bless your name.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is City 97.3.
Ancient of days, who can tell your ways? God of creation, nothing exists without you. Nukunumau, wondrous are your works.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise. This is the City Breakfast Show. The city's biggest conversation.
It's a new sound from the Sibyls of Bethel Revival Choir. They call this one Yahweh. An absolute blessing to start your day with. And steady one after 6. And today is the last day of the month. Can you imagine? It's July 30 already. Isn't it? No. Tomorrow is the last day of the month. July has 31 days. But yeah, already we are coming to the end of the month. And grateful as always. Welcome to a brand new show, 97.3 City FM. This is the City Breakfast Show. My name is Caleb Kuda. And I am very sure over the period, many have been knocking on some doors. Some doors have opened to you gladly, and for others, some have shut in your face. And very often dealing with rejection, dealing with disappointment, whether it is for career, academic stuff, relationship things, doors slamming in your face is not always a very pleasant thing. But you should know that the doors that will open for you, they have facial recognition. They will open for you several miles away before you even get close. So keep knocking. Don't give up when one door slams in your face. Rejection is part of life. It can be painful, but what separates winners from average people is that they do not stop at one door that has slammed before them. So keep going, because you have Yahweh before you. You will eventually win. So don't give up. And when doors open for you, walk through with grace. This is great for you, whether you're a startup, you're an individual, you're a business, you're a corporation, or a nation. Keep going. Several doors will close, but many more will open. And the best doors come after many more have shut before you. That's when you truly appreciate what you have. We call this Business Sense, brought to you by Access Bank. If you've got big dreams for your business, let us take you there. Great doors, we'll walk you through them. And Access W, in partnership with the WCI Forum, is inviting you to Istanbul, Turkey for a lifetime business experience you don't want to miss. Business leaders, entrepreneurs, investors, and go-getters, Istanbul is calling. The doors are open to Istanbul, my friend. Premium International Business Adventure from August 11 to 18, 2025 is packed with B2B meetings, industrial zone and showroom tours, visit to top companies in construction, building and roofing materials, agriculture, it cuts across sectors, right? And we are happy to let you know that there are shopping opportunities. Double occupancy for the rate is $2,500. Single is $2,800. It's an all-inclusive package. Limited slots available. Secure your seats today. Call Jemima 0579 734 663. Access W, inspiring, connecting, empowering. Access Bank, more than banking. News review coming shortly.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS. The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
We're getting into the news review. Fidelity Bank, from the dreams of youth to the ambitions of adulthood. Wherever you are on your journey, starting a career, building a family, growing a business, planning a future, we're here for your journey. Every goal deserves a chance to flourish. With hard work, dedication, and a strong belief in yourself, the seed of greatness is within reach. So trust in the journey and understand that Fidelity Bank is with you every step of the way. Together, let's turn your dreams into reality. We're here for your journey. Believe with us. Perhaps one of his best.
I won't kill myself or nobody. Oh, me. We will not kill ourselves for anybody.
You listen to
No, Tato. We will Ethiopia. We come only once.
Yes.
You know, we'll do our part.
Yes.
And then we'll go.
Yes.
And then whatever you say behind us, I legally back put up a body.
Richard in the sky.
Yes, man.
Francisca Kakafose.
Bonjour, monsieur.
Bonjour, mademoiselle. How do you say Ethiopia in Francois?
Hey, that one did. Sorry.
Time is spent, but we have
No, the French, it is too small.
Yeah.
So if you do something, you go poor.
No, because every day, but if I push more now, I say that one there. Sorry. Why not listen to our party?
Yeah, I mean so.
I'm the monk. Anyway, good morning, Caleb. Good morning, Sky. I'll start with the Daily Graphic and front page stories. Study leave abusers face sack. That's according to the Accountant General baring his teeth. Also, ADB records 230 million Ghana cedi profit in six months. And interesting story on the front page of the Daily Graphic, hair forestation. UGMC to roll out hair transplants this year.
Wow.
And Sky, you may want to volunteer.
Yeah, Charlie, I think I have to.
Maybe not to 4 too.
And on the back page of the Daily Graphic, engage communities to address simmering tension. That's the IGP directing regional commands.
So why brothers chop his table? It's not bad like that.
I am recommending my
No, it's not bad like that, Charlie. I will send you notice. The Ghanaian Times says we must protect civil liberties.
Yes.
President Mahama is urging African leaders. The story of the gory accident on the Accra-Kumasi highway makes the front page, so though belated. Also, media budget deceptive, full of failed promises. The minority is taking on the government. And again, the Ghanaian Times is in need of cash to be able to support Esther Sam Oforia Ado to undergo an important life-saving surgery. And then government rehabilitates a Shaiman irrigating project for food security. Good news.
Nice.
Okay, to the Daily Guide and front page story, stop peddling lies. That's according to the former Attorney General, Godfrey Dame, referring to the current Attorney General, Dr. Ayene. 16 perish in gory accident, and comes with a picture of a terrible scene from an accident. Also, NPP flag bearer race, aspirants to pay 600,000 Ghana cedis. Minority slams government over new taxes and give Edubuahin information on stolen car. Judge to police. Details in the Daily Guide.
The new publisher says media budget deceitful. Minority exposes half-truths and lies in that document. Also on the front page this morning, Akufo-Addo's men will be arrested in Akwetia. Mustafa Gbande is quoted here as saying, and Dame dares Ayine over Beige Bank 10 million Ghana cedi claim.
I'll take you to the Custodian newspaper. Zero releases for big push. Women's Bank, Coders program, minority exposes government. Also, media budget covers half-truths and untruths. That's according to the minority. And court finds absentee Bakavomawo 3,000 Ghana cedis as Kandapa's case advances. And will fast-track rural telephony program that's coming from Sukbaru. Also talks about the MPP 2020 race, aspirants to pay over 600,000 Ghana cedis.
The Chronicle has a big one. Brian files emergency motion in Parliament to confront national security crisis in Boku.
Right.
Also, I'm the most viable candidate to lead MPP. Kwabena Ejepong is declaring on the front page of the Chronicle at his official announcement for the bid.
And there's an interesting story of a headline on the front page of the Inquisitor. It says, placing stones on LPG regulator dangerous. That's
very
according
dangerous.
to the NPA. This is a common thing.
Yeah.
Yes, the NPA is given that warning. Other stories on the front page of the Inquisitor. Land transaction gone bad. Businessman pursues Dr. Zomelo. Magdan's property demolished. Also, over 97,000 students benefit from no-fee stress, and that's according to the Minister of Government Communications, Felix Kwache Fosu.
Okay.
Also, Bagben utilizes KGL Group CSR records.
Let me take you to the Ghanaian publisher. MPP 2028, Baumia others to pay 600,000 Ghana cedis. Adokufo chairs vetting.
Okay.
Also, minority blast finance minister over budget claims, and court finds Vomawo 3,000 Ghana cedis in Kandapa case.
And Daily Analyst has on its front page MPP presidential race, aspirants to pay 600,000 Ghana cedis for both nomination forms and filing fees. Godfred Dame fires Ayene for peddling falsehoods, and GJA president visits fire-ravaged POFM.
Let me take you to the news center. The big story, Leshego's 200 million Ghana solar loan. It's Lesheho. Lesheho. Okay. The G is silent. Okay. Lesheho. Now, they are to power 4,000 Catholic schools and hospitals as well as churches. Wow. Also, there's a story here that says over 2,000 rounds of 20 guns. No, it's actually over 2,000 rounds, 20 guns seized at Ghana's airport. Where are the guns coming from? Wow. And then also the minority story also makes the front page.
Yes, and I'll conclude with the Informer newspaper, front page stories. The trial of Ramadan rice in quote, suspects begin in October. Comes with a picture. Interesting. It says Dr. Vladimir Chidaso, but that's rather the special prosecutor, Kisia Jibing. Also on the Informer, politics fueling Boku conflicts, security dawn, and that's rather the picture of Dr. Vladimir Inchijanso. Veep urges SNIT to demystify pensions, and GTech drags fake title holders to court.
The Herald newspaper has the story, Jubilee House drawn into IGP's post-retirement contracts ban breach. Also, ex-boss officials, $5 million deal property scandal under scrutiny. Comes with a photograph of Franklin Kujo of Imani. MPA targets training colleges, nursing students with LPG safety campaign. And rising public wage bill threatens health, infrastructure, and education. This is coming in from the Controller and Accountant General's Department. Okay. And then if you go to the Accra Times, my final newspaper for this morning, decision to drop Unibank case. AJ gives a further and better particulars. Also, the road to growth. Ghana's economy shows signs of recovery. Okay. And then another story says Zaneto calls on Asante Hene, and MPP disagrees with mid-year budget review.
Right. So I take you online, channel1newsonline.com, channel1newsonline.com. Primaries, NPP needs a unifier. Kwabene Japan fits the bill. His spokesperson is here. Anti-Galamsey measures showing results. State of emergency unnecessary. Second day MP speaking. Passport, NHIS, driver's license fees, others to jump by 40%. This is minority alleging. And Kennedy Japan declares intent to contest NPP 2028 presidential primaries. Atuf ASEAN amidst case withdrawals. Free Atuf ASEAN amidst case withdrawals. This is Godfred Dame to Ayene. And on Boku, this is unacceptable. Mahama condemns renewed violence. Parliament approves Afotofe Sukwaru, two others. Sky brought you that earlier. If you go to citinewsroom.com, Ghana's public debt drops by 139 billion Ghana cedis in first half of 2025. Okay. And on forex violations, FX violations, BOG orders weekly remittances, remittance disclosures from financial institutions. NPP flag bearer race will be tough, but I have support. This is Kwabene Japan. Now, the British National Archives has presented an authentic copy of the bond of 1844 to Parliament.
Have they brought the real one, or is
they've brought the authentic copy to Parliament?
Yeah, but they don't meet
the original.
Yes. Is it the original one?
But if it's authentic, or they have copy, then it's the original copy. Or is there a difference? Okay, so an authentic could be a duplicate. Yes. So now Citi rallies strongly up by 40.7% against the US dollar in 7 months. And then on Beige Bank, damage challenges Ayene over 10 million Ghana cedi settlement claim. And Ghanaians interested in falling food prices, not jargons. This is Ataisa to minority. If I take you to My Joy online very quickly, all necessary force will be used. Ghana Armed Force declares peace enforcement in Boku. Comes with a photograph of soldiers armed to the teeth. And no life can wait. Professor Titus Bayo defense agent passage of the Ghana Medical Trust Fund. If you go to the High Street Journal quickly, CD slips after BOG pauses dollar sales. Is the bank heading IMF's warning? Heeding IMF's warning, all eyes on MPC's next move. And Citi's rise saved pockets but surprised state revenue. Professor Obi shares how government can navigate the maze.
Okay, so let's take off this morning with the events in Boku and general insecurity as it would seem in parts of the country. If you go to the Chronicle this morning, we're told Brian files emergency motion in Parliament to confront national security crisis in Boku. By Jennifer Amboli, says the Member of Parliament for Ebitifi, Dr. Brian Champong, has filed an emergency motion in Parliament calling for urgent action to address what he described as a national security crisis with particular focus on the prolonged Boku conflict. As we have come to know it. Now, the motion filed under Parliament Standing Orders 110 to 113 is expected to trigger a half-hour debate on the floor of the House if admitted by the Speaker. Now, it demands immediate and accountable intervention from state authorities, citing recent events in Boku as evidence of a broader failure in the country's internal security architecture. Now, it goes on to say that, quote, "This is not business as usual. It is Parliament's responsibility to direct national attention where the silence has become dangerous."
Right.
Dr. Brian Champong stated.
I'm sure Professor Vladimir Nchidanso has also...
Dr. Vladimir Nchidanso, his interview on Channel 1 TV is being carried in the Informer newspaper. Headline is Politics Fueling Boku Conflict. And the story reads, renowned security analyst of international repute, Dr. Vladimir Nchidanso, has identified partisan politicization as a major factor aggravating the Boku ethnic conflict between the Kusasi and Mamprisi groups. He also identified the way some media houses report on the conflict as a veritable tool exacerbating passions leading to its recurrence. In view of this, the international relations expert contended that without addressing these critical and thorny issues, the deployment of the military and police will achieve limited success on the conflict. Dr. Nchidanko's remarks came in the wake of the deployment of military to the conflict-ridden enclave following the recent dastardly killings of 3 students from the Nalerigu and Boku senior high schools.
Right, so 2 angles on that to wrap up on Boku stories. This is unacceptable. Mahama condemns renewed violence. Channel 1 online news, channel1newsonline.com. President John Dramani Mahama has strongly condemned the renewed violence in Boku, describing the situation as unacceptable and a serious threat to ongoing peace efforts. Speaking during a courtesy call by the overlord of the Gonjaland traditional area, His Royal Majesty Yagbonwura Bill Kunuto Jewusoli I in Accra on Tuesday, the president expressed deep concern over reports of students being shot in schools and the mass departure of teachers and workers from the area due to fears of safety. And then if you go to my joint online, all necessary force will be used. Ghana Armed Forces declares peace enforcement in Boku. So the Ghana Armed Forces says it has transitioned from peacekeeping to peace enforcement operations in Boku and surrounding areas. This follows a directive by the President and Commander-in-Chief John Dramani Mahama. According to the military, the decision became necessary due to the activities of armed elements that have intermittently resulted in violence, reprisals, and innocent deaths. So, Sky, the peace enforcement, how different does that look?
So you enforce it, you force it. So you make people comply, right? When people don't want to listen, you know, as opposed to allowing people to make peace themselves. Anyway, let me take you now to a related story within the security space. We're told that over 2,000 rounds, 20 guns have been seized at Ghana's airport. Now, the story is in the News Center newspaper. You find that on page 4. And it says more than 2,000 rounds of ammunition and 20 weapons were intercepted at Ghana's premier airport, the Kotoka International Airport, in 2023 alone, highlighting a worrying gap in the country's aviation security protocols. Now, a total of 2,077 rounds of ammunition and 20 weapons were discovered at 2 key passenger screening points. Aviation security screeners intercepted 198 rounds and 4 weapons at the international passenger screening point, while an additional 1,879 were detected at Terminal 2's passenger screening area. I don't know what's going on. I think we need to seriously, because we don't want anybody.
Have we tightened the loop so that we're able to find out more of these and expose them and arrest them, or is an increase in same?
You know, the Herald newspaper has been running stories about scanners runways not working and some other facilities at the airport not functioning. Of course, the airport people have come out to say that, they disagree with some of the claims and some of them are being exaggerated and all of that. But this happening in 2023 means that something really is happening there. We have got to look into it because we don't want a situation where somebody gets on board and hijacks a plane and then we are in serious trouble.
Okay, let me take you to page 13 of the Daily Graphic newspaper. Some good news for Sky and people like him. Hair forestation. UGMC to roll out hair transplants.
Hair forestation.
Hair forestation.
Hair forestation.
Yes. And the story by Timothy Nyangbe. Nyangbe reads, the University of Ghana Medical Center, UGMC, will start performing hair transplants as a form of plastic surgery for bald persons by the end of the year. The World Health Organization, WHO, defines hair transplants as a surgical procedure where hair is removed from one part of the body, the donor area, often the back or sides of the scalp, to a bald, thinning or recipient area. The Director of Medical Affairs at the UGMC, Dr. Bafo Jan, said the center was in the final stages of escalating the innovation to the public after successfully piloting it. In an interview with Daily Graphic last Friday, he said the venture formed part of the vision to make the facility a world-class center for all medical solutions. He said the surgeon leading the hair transplant innovation underwent training in New York and returned home to practice. And quote, we are getting the results.
If you're brainiac and they can remove from one place to another, can they remove from a different person to your?
They are the experts. They'll give you whatever results.
I would
they
have
can.
loved to hear that because
I'm sure
So
there
get
will
if
be
there's
Compare
nothing on the head, you
details.
can't be sure there'll be anything at the back.
Well, I'm sure there'll be, some medical investigation to determine whether there's compatibility and whether it's likely to reject whatever is being donated. Those are within the realm of medicine and
This is
and
good
surgery.
news.
Yeah.
So details
Well, I mean,
in the
for people
graphic,
who actually
but
do
there's
need
an
it.
interesting story I want to just
Oh,
quickly
beautiful.
drop. Study leave abusers face sack, and that's Accountant General to the public employees. He says that employees who are granted study leave with pay and refuse to
They don't
return
return.
within the stipulated time
Yeah.
will have their appointments terminated. This is the Controller and Accountant General Kwesi Ejay giving that warning. The move, he said, formed part of a broader plan to get rid of ghost names on the government payroll. He said future termination will apply to those who are going on study leave with pay. If you have a study leave with pay for 3 years, your future termination date is not when you will be 60 years. It will be after your study leave. So that's exactly 3 years after. Automatically your salary will also stop, and then when you return you'll go through a reactivation.
I see.
That's
Does he give us numbers with respect to the number of people who are abusing the study leave thing?
Well, we'll have to
Well,
go into
in
the details.
another
So,
story, though, if you
yeah.
go to the Herald newspaper, he's quoted again as raising concerns about the rising public wage bill threatening the health sector and related institutions. Says the Controller and Accountant General's Department, or the Controller and Accountant General himself, Kwesi Ejay, has raised serious concerns about Ghana's spiraling public sector wage bill, warning that it is fast becoming a significant threat to the country's fiscal sustainability. He was addressing the press, and there's a quote here that says, when you aggregate all the incoming revenue and calculate the average between 57 and 58% goes towards salaries. Now, this is a significant threat to fiscal sustainability, he stated.
Now, closely linked to that, Ghana's public debt drops by 139 billion Ghana cedis in first half of 2025. Daniel Odro-Mensah writes, and this is on citinewsroom.com, that Ghana's total public debt stock declined by 139 billion Ghana cedis in the first half of 2025, according to the latest data from the Bank of Ghana. Now, the debt stock fell from 725.1 billion Ghana cedis at the beginning of the year to 613 billion Ghana cedis by the end of June, despite a marginal uptick of 612.1 billion Ghana cedis recorded in May. And to wrap up quickly, tsunami waves have begun hitting U.S. shores. We are told 4-foot high tsunami wave hits Hawaii as emergency management department officials urge residents to take action. So details of that on CNN and the BBC. Tsunami waves hit Hawaii as massive earthquake off Russia triggers evacuations across Pacific. interesting times.
Caleb, just a quick story regarding corruption and corruption-related offences. Trial of Ramadan rice suspects begins in October. This is a new news desk report in the Informer newspaper, and it reads, the Office of the Special Prosecutor is set to begin prosecution of suspects who allegedly forged documents to divert and appropriate 10 containers of rice imported by hotelier cum businessman Alex Techiyeboah into the country in January 2022. According to court sources, at its sitting on Monday, the Accra High Court hearing the case adjourned proceedings to Tuesday, 21st October 2025, to allow parties, OSP and the accused involved in the matter to file all necessary documents for the commencement of the trial. Currently, bail granted in the sum of 200,000 Ghana cedis each by the court. The 4 accused persons involved in the Ramadan rice cash.
Okay, just quickly to wrap up for you. So if you go to the publisher newspaper, they have a big story that is talking about the MPP announcing the opening of nominations. Each, we are told that Baumia and others are to pay some 600,000 Ghana cedis for filing nominations. And the big boys are all on the front page. If you're interested in how much they are paying and when they are to file, that story is in the publisher. Now, the other one is the minority blasting the government over the mid-year review of the budget. They are not happy. They are saying that the government have been peddling half-truths and then also misleading claims. And then also the last story you find in the Herald newspaper, the former Attorney General of the Republic is not happy with the current Attorney General. He's written a long statement that the Herald has killed, and you can read that for yourself.
Excellent. Thank you, Sky. Thank you, Kakra. That was the news review.
What time you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I not change my car. It be the same, right? It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind, Seth, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, they make a finish my go be fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my go be inside?
I give you info. Make a feel the go be too small.
Go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
My body, when you wake up in the morning and you know the money calling, oh you go work, but you know it's out in your side. If I believe with us, if I hold my hand and believe, oh, cause you know it's out in your side. And when you dream, no say I did for you. And when you hustle every day, many wanna go. Anything you do, I did for you. Many want. If I believe I did your side, fidelity. If I believe with us, fidelity. If I know I did your side, fidelity.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
And a big thank you to EcoBank and MTN supporting us to bring you the breakfast edition of the City Business News. Nashika season is here with all you need to know in the world of business. Good morning, Nashika.
Good morning, Caleb. Hello and welcome to the breakfast edition of the City Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN, Goil and EcoBank. I'm Nashika Caesar. Coming up, Bank of Ghana orders weekly remittance disclosures from financial institutions to ensure integrity and stability in forex markets. Also coming up, public debt stock falls by 139 million cedis in first half of 2025. And later, Ghana cancels a $1.2 billion bauxite lease with local firm Rockshore International and ICE Global Partnership. Let's settle for the details of our stories now. The Bank of Ghana BOG has directed all banks, dedicated electronic money issuers and enhanced payment service providers to submit detailed weekly reports on inward remittance transactions to curb foreign exchange violations. It is now mandatory for financial institutions to provide daily logs of individual remittance transactions for each money transfer operator, alongside a total daily foreign exchange credited into their respective nostro account. The BOG said the move is in line with its responsibility to safeguard the integrity and stability in the country's FX market. Institutions that fail to submit accurate and timely reports risk regulatory sanctions, as the central bank will not hesitate to revoke remittance licenses or terminate partnerships with non-compliant institutions. The directive follows continuous breaches of FX rules by certain banks and remittance partners, including the use of unapproved channels, unauthorized forex swaps, and the application of unofficial exchange rates. Away from that, Ghana's total public debt stock declined by 139 billion Ghana cedis between January and June 2025. According to the Bank of Ghana, the debt stock stood at 603.0 billion Ghana cedis at the end of June, compared to 752.1 billion Ghana cedis at the beginning of the year. Although the June figure reflects a marginal increase from the previous month's 612.1 billion Ghana cedis, the broader trend shows a significant moderation in the country's debt burden. External debt remains the largest component of the total stock, underscoring ongoing exposure to currency and interest rate risk. Daniel Odrumensan reports.
The external component of Ghana's public debt rose slightly to 300.3 billion Ghana cedis in June, maintaining its position as the largest share of the total. This figure represents 21.4% of GDP. In dollar terms, external debt increased to $29.1 billion, up from $28.8 billion in May. The relatively stable trajectory of external debt highlights the continuing risk of exchange rate volatility and external debt servicing pressures. Domestic debt, on the other hand, declined marginally from 315.6 billion Ghana cedis in May to 312.7 billion cedis in June. This accounts for 22.3% of GDP, slightly lower than the 22.5% recorded the previous month. The decline may reflect reduced reliance on domestic borrowing, supported by improved revenue inflows or lower issuance of government securities. Overall, Ghana's total public debt to GDP ratio held steady at 43.8% in June. This marks a significant improvement from the same period in 2024, when the ratio stood at 66.8%. The sharp drop is attributed to GDP rebasing and relative currency stability rather than extensive debt repayments.
Daniel Odrumensa with that report. Now, the Ghana Citi recorded a strong performance against major foreign currencies in the first 7 months of 2025, appreciating by 40.7% against the US dollar. According to the latest data from the Bank of Ghana's summary of economic and financial data for the period ending July 2025, as of July, the cedi was trading at 10 cedis 45 pesos to the US dollar on the interbank market. Here's more.
The local currency gained significant ground in May, appreciating by 43% against the US dollar, and maintained momentum in June with a 42.6% gain. The cedi also strengthened against other major currencies. It appreciated by 25.6% and 24.2%, trading at 12 cedis 11 pesos and 12 cedis 25 pesos on the interbank market in June and July respectively. Against the British pound, the cedi gained 30.3% and 31.2% in June and July, with the exchange rate currently standing at 14 cedis. Over the past 2 weeks, the cedi has held firm against the US dollar and other major currencies. It closed at a mid-rate of 10 cedis 48 pesos per US dollar on the interbank market, reflecting a marginal 0.47% depreciation. On the retail market, the cedi is trading at an average mid-rate of 12 cedis per dollar. Year to date, the cedi has appreciated by 29.38% against the dollar.
You had there Netili Neti Ajahu with that report. Now on the interbank market today, the dollar is going for 10 cedis 48 pesos, while the British pound is going for 15 cedis 60 pesos, and the euro is going for 13 cedis 50 pesos. Now to some other stories. As the Monetary Policy Committee concludes its 3-day deliberations, commercial banks are pricing in a 200 basis point cut in the policy rate. The Ghana Association of Banks attributes its outlook to prevailing macroeconomic trends, including the sustained decline in inflation, which currently stands at 13.7%. The Chief Executive Officer of the association, Johnny Wass, says a 2 percentage point adjustment would reflect improved economic fundamentals and bolster credit expansion.
Where we are now, where inflation is at 13.7, we hold the view that the central bank will now perhaps take a second look at the policy rate. Because as you know, the lending rate is an interplay of 3 rates. You have the policy rate, you have the interbank rate, and the TB rate. The 3 together, adjusted for a few other little variables, will give you your Ghana reference rate. So now we have Treasury bill rate at somewhere around 13, 14, 15. You have inflation at 13.7. If the policy rate also moves in a direction southwards, then definitely you are going to have a Ghana reference rate that will also aggressively follow suit. So we are all watching the space. We are looking forward to something significant. We are looking for something around 200 basis points. The Ghana reference rate is the benchmark rate, that is the baseline rate. So you do that and then you add your risk premium. So to the extent that the Ghana reference rate is where it is because of where policy rate is, if policy rate comes down and it comes down aggressively, it will definitely directly impact the Ghana reference rate, which will ultimately then feed into the lending rate reduction.
That was Johnny Wass, CEO of the Ghana Association of Banks. Now, PricewaterhouseCoopers PwC has acknowledged Ghana's improved economic performance in the first half of 2025, as presented in the government mid-year budget review, citing the data as notable given the backdrop of global trade tensions and geopolitical risk. According to the review delivered by the Finance Minister, Dr. Kasila Tuforsen, Ghana's GDP grew by 5.3% in the first quarter, with non-oil GDP increasing by 6.8%. Daniel Odumensa has more.
The agricultural sector expanded by 6.6% year-on-year. Inflation dropped from 23.8% in December 2024 to 13.7% by June 2025. Interest rates on treasury bills declined by between 13 to 14 percentage points, while average commercial lending rates eased to 27%. The Ghana Citi appreciated against major international currencies during the period under review. The government reported savings of 4.9 billion cedis on domestic debt interest attributed to effective debt management strategies. Gross international reserves rose to $11.12 billion, equivalent to 4.8 months of import cover. These results were achieved despite global disruptions, including retaliatory trade measures following shifts in U.S. foreign policy and rising geopolitical tensions in the Middle East.
That was a Business Desk report by Daniel Odumensa. Now, Ghana has cancelled a $1.2 billion bauxite lease with local firm Rockshore International, seeking a partnership instead with a big overseas company. Potential partners include Dubai-based Emirates Global Aluminium, or a Chinese firm. The termination marks a strategic pivot by Ghana, which holds an estimated 900 million metric tons of bauxite, the 7th largest globally. Rockshore's lease covered the Nyenehin Hills home to about 376 million tons of bauxite. It was the basis for a joint venture between Rockshore and the state-owned Ghana Integrated Aluminium Development Corporation to build a mine and alumina refinery, with Rockshore holding 70% of the Asante Bauxite Company, and the government owned 20% and 10% respectively. The lease was never ratified by Parliament, rendering it void under a 2019 Supreme Court ruling. Away from that, GCB Bank has rolled out a salary advance facility on its mobile banking application, expanding short-term credit access for salaried workers facing liquidity constraints before payday. The digital loan product allows eligible customers to access up to 80% of their next salary, providing a buffer for unplanned expenses. Executive Head of Retail Banking at GCB Bank, Sina Kamagati, said the initiative targets a growing market segment underdeserved by traditional credit instruments.
We are all Ghanaians. You have to call your next door neighbor, call your classmate for help. And in most of the cases, they don't even show up. And if they don't show up, it doesn't remain between the two of you. It goes out. And so what GCB is saying is that if you are a salaried worker and you have taken salaries 3 times through us, you don't need to go to anybody at all for help when you need help. You can advance you 80% of your salary. And it's freedom, it's convenient. You do it right at your place. So all you do is to click 4 steps away. You go to our mobile app, you log on, you click on more, it takes you to loans and advances, you click, it tells you the amount you qualify for, you apply, you accept terms and conditions, bingo, your account is credited. So it is instant, it is a novelty, it is competitive, and it is very, very cheap. We want to give financial freedom to our customers, and that's exactly what this product is supposed to feel.
Sina Kamagati is Executive Head of Retail Banking at GCB Bank. And that's it for the breakfast edition of the City Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN, Goil, and EcoBank. I'm Nashika Caesar. Many thanks for your company. Do have a great business day.
Charlie, where are you?
Bossman, I'm at the bank.
Really? But your car is in front of your house.
Bro, my bank on my phone, Charlie.
Oh, how?
EcoBank, bro. With EcoBank mobile app, I can do everything, anywhere, anytime. Listen, I just checked my account balance, paid Ahmed's school fees, and sent money to my grandma at Walwale.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Masa, just download the EcoBank mobile app from the Google Play Store or the App Store, or dial *770# and be your own bank manager.
Manager.
Whether to pay bills or fees, to check account statements, send money across Ghana, abroad, and more, EcoBank mobile app has got it covered. EcoBank Mobile, making everyday people live everyday lives the EcoBank way. EcoBank, the Pan-African bank.
Ah, Ma, have you received the delivery?
See, the rider's bay. Send in the momo.
Okay, *17.
Ah, Paco. Don't you use a smartphone? Use the momo app, ne?
Huh? Abba app.
Hey, I want to say a millennium, say millennial. Inim. Oh, millennium for ya nyaze. Switch to the app. Or you're smart and know you're secure.
Enter a world of possibilities with the Momo app. Pay your favorite merchant, pay utility bills, and borrow from our wide range of lending services. Move to the app side today. MTN.
We asked Ghanaian business owners what they want from Old Mutual.
I want insurance and pension solutions that will protect my employees.
Your business growth is our business. For 180 years, we have partnered with businesses to protect and grow their most valuable assets. From tailored group life assurance protection to affordable pension plans, we've got your business and your employees covered. Contact your broker or call Old Mutual on 0509 551 609 today. Old Mutual, do great things every day.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
EcoBank, thank you. MTN, thank you for the breakfast edition of the City Business News. Dial *770# if you have a money emergency as the new EcoBank money emergency number. *770#. It gives you instant access to loans, fund transfer, utility payments, airtime and data purchase, so much more, even when you don't have data. So don't panic when you have a money emergency. EcoBank will come to your rescue. *770# and you hear, wow, they've come to your rescue. EcoBank is the Pan-African bank. We're switching to Kickoff. Gabriel Isaac Ofe is in the studio. These days he's a big man, so he says he's Gabi Ofe. Kickoff is brought to you by Polytank, Lasheho and Shell. It's been 30 years of being around, trusted by all generations, so make no mistake, always choose guaranteed quality. We're available at the same price across the country at Polytank partner shops. No matter the size, durability is always assured. Polytank is the original. We do not request for Momo payments online. If you're looking for financial freedom, Lesheho is here to give you just that. Life comes with financial challenges, but with Lesheho, you don't have to face them alone. So whether it's education, rent, or unexpected expenses, we've got the right loan to meet your needs at the right time. 02700 4799 is the number to call or WhatsApp. Together, let's make life easier. Lesheho, let's improve life. Now, how do you want your engine to feel today? Confident, protected, and ready to perform? Then we are talking about Shell V-Power. That's the only time your engine will feel these emotions. Shell V-Power with Dynaflex technology is specially formulated to clean and protect your engine, giving it that boost it needs. Designed to remove performance-robbing deposits so that your engine performs at its best. So feel the feeling with Shell V-Power. Shell go well. Gabby Ofe.
All right, it's Wednesday, July 30. Welcome aboard to Kickoff on 97.3. Coming up in the next 10 minutes.
I'm an optimist. I know I'll see you here within. Before I leave office as president, you come to this Jubilee House with a gold medal.
All right, President Mama optimistic about the Black Queens' future, tipping them to win the title in subsequent WAFCON tournament. More from the president in a bit, plus some transfer news, all coming up in the next few minutes. We are on the wings of Zonda GH Politan Ghana, shall go well, and Lesheho, let's improve life. All right, I'm Gabby Ofe. Let's start off with women's football. The Black Queens paid a courtesy call on President John Dramani Mahama and Vice President Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman at the Jubilee House following their third place finish at the 2024 Women's African Cup of Nations in Morocco. Now, President Mahama commended the team for their resilient and impressive performance, which earned them a well-deserved bronze medal at the Continental Tournament.
On behalf of myself and Jane, I want to congratulate you. Thank you for the good job you did. We'll keep watching your progress, and I'm sure that in the not too distant future, we'll come with something more worthy than bronze, maybe silver, or even maybe gold. I'm an optimist. I know I'll see you here within. Before I leave office as president, you come to this Jubilee House with a gold medal.
Now, as part of government's continued commitment to supporting athletes, the president also announced his administration will work towards having a dedicated funding for sports.
I want to pledge our support to the FA. We'll do everything we can to support you in the work you are doing. One of the last things we want to do is to get dedicated funding for sports. And so we're thinking about it. And I think that, like we did to solve the school feeding program. Now, do you hear anything about school feeding? The same thing, a time will come, you hear anything about, and we went and our money didn't come, and this and that happened. But we'll work to get dedicated funding for sports so that the issue of financing and teams traveling and getting their per diems and all that will be a thing of the past.
All right, so that's President John Dramani Mahama speaking there. The Queens and the bronze medal at the tournament, which was the first since 2016 after beating same opponent South Africa again in Morocco. Staying with the Queens, but taking into Parliament, and leader of the Minority Caucus, Alexander Penyo-Markin, led the parliamentary group to financially reward the Black Queens with a cash prize of 10,000 Ghana cedis.
Women in sports must be encouraged in all spheres, not only football. Mr. Speaker, that said, the Minority Caucus often refers itself as mighty minority. But Mr. Speaker, on this occasion, it is clear that so far we've been hearing words of commendation, but the actual tangible of cash support is yet to come. We are humble but proud to say that we are the first to publicly acknowledge the industry of the Black Queens by donating 100,000 Ghana cedis cash to the Black Queens.
All right, so 100,000 Ghana cedis. That's Minority Caucus Alexander Penyo Markin speaking there. Well, member of the Parliamentary Select Committee on Sports, Laurentia Jiwonu, also had this to say about the rise of women's football in the last couple of years.
So, Speaker, I dare say that our national women's team have performed better in recent times than their male counterparts, and therefore they deserve all the support that they need to be able to advance in the next WAFCON tournament and bring the bring the trophy to Ghana. Mr. Speaker, I'm calling on the Minister of Sports and Recreation, our committee, the government, and all other stakeholders to increase the budget allocated for women football and prioritize their funding.
All right, so that's Laurentia Jiwonu. She's a member of the Parliamentary Select Committee on Sport. Now, away from the Queens, PRO 4 Sweden All Blacks Nathaniel Bent says the club will serve or will play its home game at the upcoming 2025-2026 Ghana Premier League season. In an interview, Citi Sports, he revealed that preparations are ongoing to upgrade the facility for the benefit of players, staff, and fans.
Yes, it is true. We are going to play at the Newsroom Sports Stadium as our home venue. Currently, we are making a lot of preparations, or we've undertaken a lot of works at the Newsroom Sports Stadium, led by the club president, who is, financing everything. We've had the permission from the National Sports Authority to renovate the stadium according to the level in which the club licenses board will permit us to play our matches there. So currently, for the past 1 month, what we've been doing is working on the pitch. We've gotten the pitch to some appreciable level. When the club licenses board came with their first inspection, they were, satisfied with the kind of work we've done so far. The GFA borehole that they dug for the facility, that's what we are currently using. We've bought additional poly tanks and some irrigation systems.
All right, so that's Nathaniel Bain, PRO 4 Sweden All Blacks. Now to some other stuff. Team Ghana missed out on competing for gold medal at this year's African School Games 3x3 basketball men's competition. Well, Ghana lost 16-19 to the Gambia in the semi-finals of the competition that is taking place under the auspices of the African National Olympics Committee. While in Europe, Newcastle have agreed a deal to sign goalkeeper Ramsdale from Southampton. The 27-year-old has been given permission to travel for a medical, which will take place later today. Chelsea also closing in on the signing of Ajax centre-back João Hato. Talks are set to continue later today. João Felix has signed for Al Nassr in a £43.7 million deal. The figure is made up of an initial 26.2 and £17.5 million in potential add-ons. Manchester City have re-signed goalkeeper James Trafford from Burnley. Trafford has signed a 5-year deal plus an option and will compete with Ederson for the number 1 shirt under Pep Guardiola. On the red side of United, forward Brian Bremo says he is eager to form a strong partnership with Bruno Fernandes, whom he describes as an ideal teammate for any attacker. The £71 million signing from Brentford is Ruben Amorim's second major addition of the summer and says he's ready to hit the ground running.
Everyone sees it the postures. He have really good foot. He can shoot, he can cross, he can do crazy balls. And for a striker, you just enjoy that.
So with someone like him, is it when you're coming into the club, are you thinking, I need to speak to him, I need to tell him what I need, how I like the ball, etc.? Is that the type of conversation you're going to be having with someone like him, or is it just you'll feel it on the training pitch?
I think it's a little bit of everything. As I said, you earn experience from everyone, so it's always good to speak to someone like this. But at the end, I think on the pitch, when you're smart like he is, I think you don't even need to think a lot. You just need to make the run, and he's going to play you in the right space every time. So.
All right, so that's United forward Brian Mbeumo speaking there. Staying with United, Diogo Dalot says the club are developing a winning mentality under manager Ruben Amorim. Reflecting on last season's 16th place finish, he believes that starting strong against Arsenal will send a clear message about the club's renewed focus.
I think the short-term goals are what it's what's going to make you a long-term winner. So that's the main focus for us now. It's obviously prepare the first game of the season, which against Arsenal, and we have 3 more games to be ready for that first challenge. And that's our short-term goal, is to try in this time frame to be the best team that we can, improve as much as we can, so we can now prepare to that type of challenge, because it's when everything will start. It's on that game against Arsenal. But like you said, this is we see it as a marathon, not a sprint. So we want to build this winning mentality, and this get used to that feeling of winning games.
All right, so that's United's Hugo Dallas speaking there. Well, let's finish off with some tennis. And Coco Gauff made a winning return to competition on Tuesday night as she recorded her first victory since being crowned the French Open champion. Gauff had to overcome 23 double faults to win the first time since Roland Garros final, outlasting fellow American Daniel Collins 7-5, 4-6, 7-6 in the second round of the National Bank Open. That's the very latest in the world of sports. For more, you can head to citysportsonline.com and on X at citysportsgha. Kickoff is proudly brought to you by Shell, Show Go Well, Zonda GH, Polytangana, and Lesheho. Let's improve life. I am Gabi Ofer. Enjoy the rest of your day. Do take care and bye-bye.
Polytech is everywhere, durable and authentic. Stronger brand you can trust. Polytech, we get some more Rambo and get some more super. And the Polytech, we did Papa no no, 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 Ankasa. Polytech, the original, always the best.
Services, innovative financial solutions. We deliver on our promise, cause we are number one. Let's share go, we improve your life. Even when you're stuck with nothing, no matter your situation, let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go, let's share go, let's share go, hey mama, hey mama, hey mama. Let's share go, we improve your life.
Do you ever wonder how your car's engine is doing as you drive?
Not often.
Does it feel confident and protected, or is it tired and struggling?
I have a busy schedule, so I leave matters of my engine to Shell V-Power. With Shell V-Power, you can feel confident because it is the best ever fuel designed for performance and efficiency. Shell V-Power removes performance rubbing deposits, so you can feel protected.
Fill up with Shell V-Power at a Shell service station near you. Feel confidence, feel protection, and feel performance over and over again with Shell V-Power. Fuel the feeling with Shell V-Power. Go well.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
The Money Matters segment is brought to you by Petra. Petra, achieve more.
Welcome to the Money Matters segment with Petra. Let's be real. If your money habits haven't changed since last year, you're missing opportunities to grow your net worth. Look back. Are you spending more than you should? Did your savings stop after February? Are you staying true to your financial resolutions? Now is the time for a mid-year money checkup. Cut back on what's not serving you. restart those savings you paused, and redirect your money to where it matters. That's the goals you set. Whether it's school fees, rent, a trip, or peace of mind, you can still get there. The best time to have started was in January. The next best time is now. Petra is here to help you reset and refocus with simple savings and investment tools that work for your lifestyle. Don't wait till December regret sets in. Start today. Dial *447*70# to speak to an advisor for free. Petra, achieve more.
The Money Matters segment was brought to you by Petra. Petra, achieve more.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
Ojo, it's 3 a.m. What's now?
Ya tisubiomo, ya tisubio.
Ojo, not again. It's 4 a.m. What's now?
Sorry. Last year was Yatisubium. This year, crowd, we've gone lower. Yasaya Tiso. I'm back with good news. Amazing news. I've been so cool. SG Ghana loans are back with even lower interest rates. If you're a salaried worker, whether you're on CAGD payroll, work with an SG Ghana listed institution, or already bank with SG Ghana, this is your home. Paying school fees or handling other personal needs, SG Ghana has the perfect loan for you. Walk into any SG Ghana branch from now till September 2025 and ask about Yasaya Tisu Loans promo. Let's help you get things done. You can also call 0302-214-314 for more details. Terms and conditions apply. Societe Generale Ghana. The future is you.
Looking for a burst of flavor in every sip? Discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. Enjoy the classic Piva Cola flavor, perfect fit anytime. How about a fruity adventure? Try our delightful Piva orange fruit drink packed with recognized citrus flavor. Craving something exotic? Our Piva cocktail fruit drink brings the tropics to you. For a sweet and juicy treat, grab our grapefruit drink, and don't miss out on the refreshing Piva Tangerine fruit drink, bursting with tangerine flavor. Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, Piva Tangy. Grab yours today. Available now at your local store. Call us on 055-00-32231. Piva, a taste you love. This advert is FDA approved.
P for Piva.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise. This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
$7:36. This is still the Citi Breakfast Show. My name is Bernard. I'm here with the team: Caleb Kuda, Richard Alaska, and Francisca Kakra Forsen. Daddy Lumba. This is a Nipe Nina Dowa Due. Yes, and Pim Pim Tamia. Pim Pim Sodom. So if thousands hate or dislike me, there are another 1,000. There's another 1,000 that also loves me. Yeah. So let's use that as a bridge to wish a happy birthday to Pastor James Kusiohusu of the Church of Pentecost General Headquarters and resident minister of the Firestone Worship Center. You know, I used to live at Firestone.
Oh, right.
Yes. There was a Firestone Pentecost Church many years ago.
What's behind the name though?
Firestone. So there was this so there was a Bonsa Thai company that used to have a service station, and they used to sell Firestone tires.
Okay.
So people used to change their tires there, and because they had advertised the Firestone, the truck drivers started calling the place Firestone.
Firestone is at where? This which one? The
between Atomic Junction and Zongo Junction.
Oh, okay.
There's if you are coming from Zongo Junction, there's Masalachi, and then there's Firestone.
Firestone. There's one close to, I don't know whether it's also Firestone. You know the Christian Village area. There's a church there. Is it Fire? What's some fire?
No, Mountain of Fire.
Mountain of Fire.
That's the name of a church.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but Firestone is different.
It's a place.
Yeah. It's funny that in Ghana, but actually a very interesting point. In Ghana, a lot of names are given by truck drivers and mates. Yeah, and today I saw a post in the graphic. The chiefs of Maijo and Teshi are telling people that the area generally known as Nanakrom is wrongly named, and that there's no record of the place called Nanakrom. In fact, they're saying that some Nana man bought 2 plots of land, and for some reason, I think commercial drivers or people started referring to the area as Nanakrom. But there's actually Maijo North, Maijo Central, and Maijo West.
Okay.
So they want to advise people to stop calling the place Nanakrom.
Okay.
But that's a challenge with Ghana. A lot of we are too informal. So maybe somebody moves to a new area, then maybe they brought some pipe station, so they call the place Free Pipe. Meanwhile, the place is called Niso or something, some proper name. Then also Free Pipe. Then everybody say we become Free Pipe. You know, photo. You know, we have to be more sophisticated than that. We have to be. Let's get serious in this country.
No, but Bernard, shouldn't the naming resonate with the people? It should be something that we can all relate to and are familiar with.
What's wrong with my job?
Can you relate to Pokwasi? Can you relate with media? Can you relate with Amasaman? What I'm saying is that, you see, we take too many things for granted. Partly because we don't plan our development. So somebody goes to buy a land at some part of Amasaman. Maybe he's the only person who lives there. Then he decides that he will name the place. You know what I'm saying? But there should be.
But that is why you have.
There should be. You see,
it's copper.
If you take Amasaman, Pokwas, and all those areas, there are so many coppers. Yeah. And those coppers are because the first person to settle there is called the La Copper, Gameli Copper, Kojo Copper.
Okay.
You know, I mean, even if for me, even if they name the place Copper, they should properly gazette it. But what we tend to find is that people informally just name places.
Yeah.
You know, and it's I don't think it's a good thing. And I agree with this major issue. They actually, it's in graphic page 18 or something. Why are you referring to a nice place? In fact, they actually named the various. They have Tessa, Utano, Utinishi. Oh, Charlie names so. Then they say Nana Crew.
Yeah, because some Nana can buy.
They say some Nana guy buy 2 plots. He don't even buy 22. Charlie, according to the chiefs, I don't know what the chiefs will do.
In service to his memory.
Maybe they should do education of the drivers because this thing they put in graphic, the drivers may not even buy it.
The question is, how are they going to enforce it?
So it takes moral suasion. You get it? So maybe, or they could say that the assembly, and it's part of Adentan, the assembly should name, you can say you are welcome to Maijo. So they should write the signboard and say, welcome to Maijo or something.
Maijo.
It can.
Yeah.
It can. If you go to a place, you should know where you are. We shouldn't leave it to, with all due respect, informal naming by trotro mates, like Spanner Junction. I mean, what? No.
Sorry, down.
Let's take our country serious. I'm serious.
No, the mango they cut it so right now. Equip, yes, there's equip.
I think I should even read it.
Equip, no, they sell equipment for it.
That's equip, that's true.
Equip.
No.
Yeah, equip is around circle.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's now where the GRA is.
Yeah. And then there's one Pamplo.
Huh?
Pamprum.
I'm telling this one. It's Pamprum.
But you identify your first light.
There's even another place called Damaroni. When you take the space bus from Circle to Dakuma, they have some strange train stations.
Okay.
I don't even know how they get.
How about first light?
First light. Apparently that's the first traffic light. I don't even know.
And then you also have Russia. That one the people return from Russia are waiting.
But you see, you can even understand Lebanon and those things. There's a history to it. I'm not saying every place should be named after a person.
Jerusalem.
All right, but
the worst one is Agege.
No, Agege is the name of Nigeria.
Why is it the people return from Nigeria and then they...
Lagos town, the place called Newtown is called Lagos town.
Okay.
So most people who were brought back in the
Nigerian
80s. Return, they went to live there.
Oh, okay.
So they were calling the place Lagos town.
Lagos town, okay.
Before now they changed to Newtown.
Newtown, okay. How about Agege?
It's also a place.
Also the same. The same
I don't know. Erroneous description of Maijo as Nana Krom in the Adentan municipality. And by the way, it's not Adentao.
It's Adentan.
Yeah. So I'll read.
What's the meaning though? Is it Gan word or a Kan word?
Call the assembly members. I don't know. Okay. The head of family Ni Okpelo Soa Ablo and his principal elders. It's a serious matter. Wish to draw the attention of the general public of the erroneous description of Maijo as Nana Krom in the Adentan municipality. I'm a victim. I'm guilty of this as well. Maijo is among a cluster of Teshi villages such as Sraha, Ashalibutwe, Tessa, Ajiringano, Joman, Utano, and Begin. I don't know if I'm mentioning this right.
It's for the bagging.
All situated in the Adentan municipality in the Greater Accra region. Members of the ESWA Association of the Teshi Ngamo villages, or Ngamo, NGAM. The Adentan Municipal Assembly may testify that there is neither a township in the municipality physically known and called Nana Krom, nor are there official records of a township known as Nana Krom in the books of the assembly. The whole Maijo township is covered by 3 distinct layouts, prepared and approved by the assembly, namely Maijo South, Maijo Central, and Maijo North. Okay. The area being erroneously referred to as Nana Krom, quote unquote, physically forms part of both Maijo Central and Maijo North, respectively. Okay. Truthfully, all the residents and landowners in the so-called Nana Krom are lessees. Is that the word? Lessees of the owners of Maijo lands. And none of them possess even a site. Only 2 plots. Yeah, brother, not even 1, 2 plots. We haven't talked about head now of land from the family. Therefore, the general public, especially Bernard Apple and Richie's guy, and especially bus terminals. This is serious. The bus is the trotro issue. Bus terminals, trotro, and taxi stations are hereby entreated to cease describing Maijo as Nana Krom.
Forthwith.
Thank you. Thanks, Ni Okpelo Soa Ablo, head of family. I think we should do this for many places.
So.
There are many places we misnamed, and it's not good. We have to be serious.
So anytime they hear you trotro driver without using the proper name, they will deal with you without further recourse to you.
No, I think this is more education. I also think the assembly take the opportunity. You know, yesterday I was listening to. I went on a program for my friend Samuel Ajiman on GTV, and he was discussing local government. So the president spoke for 5 minutes to assembly people. Then he said the DCs should know that the period of rejoicing of election is over. Now they have to work. So they should stop gloating. Number 2, he will use their commitment to sanitation to judge their performance. And that if their assemblies have poor sanitation, he will judge them to have failed. I want to add that assemblies should also be cognizant of naming their spaces well. Whether it's the road, the name of the streets, or like when you enter a general area. You know, when you go to certain countries, you know you've left Medina to Adenta. You know you've left Adenta to Frafraha. You know you left Frafraha to let me continue to
Flamingo.
Ashie.
Okay.
You left Ashie to
on the same
Ghana
stretch.
flag.
No, that's the problem.
Yeah.
No, there's no Ghana flag. So I'm mentioning the right name. So
okay,
you've
sure.
left Frafraha to Ashie. You've left Ashie to what's the name of this place that Kojo used to live?
Kojo Kuro.
Kojakutu. There's a name. There's a name. Oh.
Is there a man from?
Okay, a man from there. After a man from there's another one.
Katamanso.
No, there's one that has a university.
Valley View
University.
Oyibi.
Before Oyibi, there's another name.
Is it
It starts with A. Somebody should help me. But that's what I'm saying. See, so there should be a signboard.
Yeah.
Because see, thank you, Amra here.
Amra here. Okay.
So, see what I'm saying? So like there's we are. This is my thing. You can tell if people are not planning well by certain evidence of the way they even name places. So if you can't properly refer to Maijo as Maijo, what else have you done wrong? You see what I'm saying? So if you cannot, because spatial integrity is crucial. So you should be able to know that when you drive 2 kilometers from mile 9, which used to be Presec Junction or IPS Junction, you are at Zongo Junction. From Zongo Junction, you drive 6 kilometers, you are at Adenta Barrier. From Adenta Barrier, you drive X kilometers, you are in Frafraha. It should be clear. Then there should be a signboard. You are entering, and this is what assembly should do. But because we are not, there's no integrity to the plan, obviously there's no commitment to the name. Because the area doesn't mean anything. We should be able to know that this thing is Ashie. If something, and by the way, you should also know which policeman is in charge of which space, who is the head of Ghana Water there, who is the head of electricity there. There should be a list of duty bearers in specific spaces. When we're in primary school, section green, you are sweeping in front of class 2U. Section blue, you understand? That's how you train people to be civilized. Like you manage space. Here, we have unit committees. Most of us don't even know who our unit committee guys are. We don't even know where a unit committee, where is the committee? Like, what's the demarcation of the committee? What's the unit? Like, there's no... And you see, this is a problem because then it affects development. Then you have, bad roads. Then you have houses built with like there are communities you can go to, can't even drive into your house because they've built everywhere. Like, we need to wake up. And the assemblies, I feel, can even start with saying, this is the proper demarcation of the space that I'm in charge of. This is the geographical limit. This is where you enter. This is how you exit. And this is the way we build. This is the building code we follow. This is where you can't just have a church, a school, a football park.
Fuel station.
Like, it's just crazy. Anybody who has money can do anything. You can build a fuel station. Like now they're having churches in fuel stations. So like this idea of fuel stations have become places of business. So you have pizza shop, haircut salon, a church, pharmacy. Dude, you have a church in a fuel station. Do you know how crazy that is? How do you have a place of a mass gathering in a place which is potentially explosive? Fuel stations are supposed to be a place where there's a lot of space. Like gas stations, leave so much space. You have congested shops, eateries, churches. Like we are not. You see, I keep saying this. You don't need to go to any meeting. When you just look at the way we build, you can tell that these people are not serious. And I'm even adding the way we name places. as part of it. Like, let's get real. Go to countries. You're leaving. You studied in the UK for how long? 10 years.
Yeah, almost.
When I was coming to visit you, in fact, they even color code it too. Brown, there's a park. Green, it means something. You get it? So if you're driving and you want to go to a place where there's a farm, they name it different. This is not rocket science. But here, money and impunity rules. So if you have enough money and you can bribe enough people, or you can bully your way around. Look, I've received messages from people, and this is not even my main topic, complaining that their land is being taken by some people. When they go to the police is not minding. You buy land, you pay to 6 people. We have created a society of dysfunction. And I think this government, when they talk about reset, they need to let people know that we are in a serious country. It appears to me there is some sort of power vacuum within security. Because almost every week I get a comment from somebody, oh, somebody came to build on my land. When I call the police are not minding. I received a petition from some teachers who say they are part of a teacher union. They have some land in some part of Greater Accra. Apparently some people are terrorizing them. When they go to the police not saying anything. There's so many of that. And it's part of our failure to take space seriously. You get it? We are more interested in, I don't know. Let me just leave it. I don't know.
But Bernard, is it also not because development of spaces almost always precedes the presence of the central or local government?
Why should that be?
In the sense that, so for instance, someone goes to buy, as you said, Nana Chrome. Previously, maybe no, I'm just saying. It's just forgive me, people. My job. But he would have been the first, most likely person to have bought landed property in the space, and then maybe Trotro started going there, or maybe passing through the area. So then maybe he joins a vehicle and tells the guy, oh, I'll alight at this place. Then it becomes the casual reference point, right? Nana Chrome. And then it catches on. Because so many, yes, because
Google has put the thing there. So they should let the letter affect Google too.
Yeah, they have to serve Google appropriately so that they can
Google has codified.
So it would seem that is what we see. So you have Last Stop, you have Flamingo, you have, what do you call it, First Light. You have all kinds of names which do not really sell us properly. But again, there are those who would argue that they are part of our history. So you should not be too hard on those names, because in any event, do you know how Adabraka came to be?
So let me separate the name of a junction from the name of a town.
Okay.
So you can call, like, there's a place in Chad called Onufu Junction. You can call it anything you
want. Is it dead body or something?
I don't know. Onufu is snake. I don't know what they call it. But you can. I'm not so worried about junctions as I am about names of communities. Okay. So if you say you want to call a place Firestone, which is what led us to this rabbit hole, it's fine. But what I'm saying is, the name of the community
must be preserved.
Yes, and also you should know you are here. This is my point. Like there was a day I was on air, I was asking you guys to tell me, I'm driving from Pokwasi to Insawam. There are like 12 communities, which is kind. Most people will tell you move from here to here. They wrote it for me. You move from Fise to Amasama. How am I supposed to know this? Do you understand? Why isn't there a way of knowing? Meanwhile, I have 1 million of billboards selling Agribusiness tonic and things. like why can't we? They say you go to Festus, like you are from Fise to Festus, from Festus to this, from this to
Shipon Tele.
Why can't there be? Why can't there be like when you enter the Pokwasi road, they will show this and right after 1 kilometer, this after 2 kilometers, that. So we are very clear.
Yeah. All
right. It's become so random. So imagine if somebody attacks you in your house and you are calling the police to come. They may not even know how to get there. You have to use Google. What if they take your phone? You get it? There's a certain lack of precision in our society, which for me affects everything. Because if you cannot be precise about the name of a place, how do you be precise about the measure of 1 bag of rice? Clearly, you can't build a house right. That's why the guy does your door, the mosquitoes come through the window, because there's a lack of precision in the society. And it's something we should be concerned about, because we have a lot of people who are half-baked. And some of that can kill you. If a driver or a mechanic is half-baked, there was a day a guy came to sit in a car, and the guy hadn't you know, when you sort of you remove the guy's tie, you're supposed to fix the tie, the screw thing. He didn't do it well, and the guy they was driving, the tie was about to remove, and all of this because of people. There's a certain lack of commitment to precision in society, and for me, you can't develop like that.
Bernard, look at this message. Let's read the message. Help read that message. I think it tells us how it happens. Yes.
So this is from Yao in Kwabenya. He says, "Good morning, City team. I bought a plot at Kwabenya and built my nice house. After completion, I whitewashed it because I wasn't certain of the color I was going to paint it. Guess what? I had a problem with my car and got a taxi home. The driver was insisting the place is called White House. I said, I'm not sure. After a few seconds arguing, he said we should go. When we arrived at mine, he said, this is the White House. I've been living in my home and didn't know it's been named. Now everyone coming to my area from Kwabenya Station calls it White House. How do I now paint my house my dream color?
But I also think it's because, you see, we have not invested our best people in local governance.
Yeah.
We have made local governance the spoils of war, and meanwhile development, even though vision is from top down, development must come from bottom up. So if you and I said this, they didn't listen. I said, don't make your best people ministers, make your best people DCs. Make your best, because what
Assemblyman.
Do you understand? Because the policy is already fixed. So make your best guy a DC.
No,
they should chop their salary.
It doesn't work like that. These parts.
No, Sky.
I told you.
Sky. When you and your neighbors were having the problem with the tomato company, you see the value of having good local leadership.
Yeah, that's true.
If a local leader is not strong, companies will run roughshod over you. Sure. They will do anything. So I think we've gotten the development the wrong side up. You know, and it's a problem. Somebody sent me an article that I think I'll read to summarize my argument for the morning before I move to security. Because today I'm concerned about what I consider to be growing insecurity in the country. But there's an article a listener just sent to me. He says, if you can't manage grass, then you are not qualified to manage a city by a very concerned citizen. Let me read it quickly. Accra, Ghana. The capital city of Ghana, a symbol of our national pride and the heartbeat of West African urban identity, is being slowly strangled, not by economic woes or crime, but by negligence in its most basic form, uncut grass, ungrown shrubbery, and general urban decay. Across major routes in Accra, from the Ceremonial Independence Avenue to the bustling corridors of Ring Road Central, bushes have taken over sidewalks, medians have become mini forests, and manicured lawns have morphed into eyesores. What was once greenery designed to beautify the city now stands as a silent testament to administrative failure and a blatant disregard for the aesthetics and dignity of our capital. Let's be clear, if city officials cannot coordinate the simple, routine task of trimming grass and maintaining public landscaping, then they are not qualified to run a modern city, period. Cleanliness and order are not luxuries in urban governance, they are foundational. A city that cannot maintain its appearance cannot hope to attract investors, inspire patriotism, or foster civic pride. Citizens and visitors alike are greeted by tangled weeds, trash-strewn parks, and public spaces that reek of abandonment. This is not merely an environmental crisis, it's a leadership issue. This is not merely an environmental issue, it's a leadership crisis. It's unacceptable that in 2025, Accra's Central Boulevard resemble forgotten peripheries. Basic landscaping should not require presidential intervention or press conferences. Where are the city authorities? Where is the municipal assembly's budget for sanitation and beautification? Are there no teams assigned to this most fundamental civic responsibility? Urban management is more than tar and concrete. It's about maintaining spaces that reflect order, care, and respect for those who use them. Let's stop pretending that poorly maintained green spaces are trivial. They are not. They are visible barometers of governance and civic discipline. We call on the Accra Metropolitan Assembly, the Ministry of Local Government, and all relevant authorities to take immediate and sustained action. The excuses have one thing. The grass is not overgrown. The grass is not just overgrown. It is growing. It's a growing indictment of your performance. Accra deserves better. Ghana deserves better. If you can't manage the grass, step aside for those who can manage the city. This author didn't even tell me their name.
Oh, this is Osei Kufo, I think. Osei Kufo.
The footballer?
No. He works with Bloomberg, does urban transport, all of that.
Okay, beautiful. Well done.
Yeah.
So let's reclaim proper names. Let's calibrate our spaces better. At 8 o'clock, let's bring you Tech and Social Media Friends.
It's brought to us by Telecel and First Bank Ghana. We are running the junior internship program. It's from now till the 12th of September. This is for your kids during this long vacation. Give them an experience of working in the bank. They will intern, they will receive mentorship and counseling. Here's how you sign up. For your kids who are 12 and below, open the Kids First account for them. And then we've designed one called the Me First account for those between 10 and 14. Then you apply for the First Bank Ghana Junior Internship Program. 5 days of exciting learning experience at any of our branches in the country, and then they will receive a certificate along with products from Gino, Kivo, Top Up Pharmacy, Awake, Kiki and Pepsodent, and then they will stand a chance of winning attractive cash prizes by excelling in an essay writing competition. And so call us 0596921921. This is partnered by the Ghana National Council of Private Schools.
Edwin Kwakufi is joining us with the segment. Edwin, welcome.
Thank you, Bernard. Well, it's been a very long week for Lil Wayne. Yesterday I brought you the story of him being criticized for basically criticizing the people who are organizing the candlelight vigil for Daddy Lumba. Well, in an interview, he also mocked Ejako. Saying that he's now doing podcasts and playing at funerals. Honestly, he was goaded by the host who wanted a comparison of the two actors. And Lil Wayne, in an attempt to say he was better than Ejako, says now he's been relegated to playing at funerals and doing podcasts. Well, Ejako also responded in a tweet and says that he's transitioned to live band music and he's enjoying it, and that he's proud to have inspired the current generation of actors like Lil Wayne, and that he and what I love most is the last line where he says he's telling Lil Wayne to keep pushing the boundaries of art and stop making noise. So that has generated a lot of talk on social media about recognition for the actors, the pioneers, and those people who came before the current generation. And it's also involved into a talk about Daddy Lumba as well, because of recognition the pioneers as well. So a lot of talk on social media about how two of our most recognizable actors on the local scene are going at each other or attacking each other.
It looks like in Ghana, if you want to maintain relevance, you have to just generate some controversy on social media and start fighting.
Exactly.
You trend for 1 week.
That seems to be the model.
Stop that. Work on your craft and bring new music. And stop this unnecessary fight.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So, speaking of things that are living their welcome or staying relevant, Alassane Ouattara, he says he's running for a fourth term as Ivorian president. He's 83, by the way.
I think there's something wrong with the general psyche of some of our leaders.
No, they say something did.
I mean,
the president did something did.
No, but look at the circumstances that surrounded his coming in. He was there previously in a certain capacity. He's coming back.
Yeah.
Look at how it
became.
And you
were president for 3 terms.
Yes, and interesting. Somebody wants to succeed, and the person passes.
All the guys who want to run, they are either barring them.
Yeah, citizenship issues. Some way.
Meanwhile, he initially said he wasn't a citizen.
Yes. I mean, he should know better than that.
A lot of freedom fighters. A lot of freedom fighters, they become.
But at 83, if there is something useful you add to
around him, they want to keep chopping. I thought you just told me that it's about.
Yeah, I know that one is there. People want you to be there, want to be close to the port of.
So how many years is the term? Do you know?
It's I believe it's 4 years or 5. Yeah, 5 rather. 5 rather.
So he's
5
rather.
Yeah, 5.
So he wants to be 88.
I mean, really?
But his brother Bia is
82.
But 92.
That's how come you have
Bia is 92.
81-year-olds want to contest.
Yes. Bia is 92 and he's going for a 7-year term.
Yeah, he'll be 99.
And then he said the urgency of the movement
matches with the what about
I am convinced.
So Ouattara was elected for his last term in 2020, and he said he wouldn't run.
Yeah.
But then the death of his hand-picked successor, Koulibaly, it forced him to come out and say that he will run again for his next term, just to
You see, there's something in every folklore, Bernard. Let me just say this
Yeah.
quickly. You know, we don't have disrespect for the elderly, right? We normally hide them somewhere in a room somewhere. So when matters come and you need wisdom, you go there and you consult them.
In Cambodia, no.
They catch you and the TBO and then so they will be leading the effort because they have the energy. You know, and then you go and seek advice and guidance. But this thing, Charles, always.
His determination to run matches the urgency of the people's needs, like Paul Biya said.
Okay, so we move on to the Black Queens who are still trending. But
We thank God for Ghana. Charlie, everywhere, Togo, problem. Burkina, problem. Cote d'Ivoire, problem. Nigeria. I was watching the Nigerian president welcoming the Black, the Queens, the Falcons. Hey! We should do half night and just give God praise.
Okay, so the Queens are still trending. Yesterday, the minority donated 100,000 CDs in cash to CDs in cash to the team. A lot of people are happy about it, but they still feel that more attention should go to actually supporting women's football in the country. So
but it's a good symbolic.
It's a good gesture by them. Let's move to tech news, and this is something that a lot of people in Ghana are saying we should consider. Australia, they've banned the access to social media for under 16s. So you have to produce evidence that you are above 16 in order to have access to accounts like TikTok, like Instagram, like Facebook, and now YouTube as well.
Oh, let's do it quickly.
And now
I want to install that in my house quickly.
So the platforms will face up to $49.5 million in fines if they fail to comply with the law.
They are ahead of us.
Yeah.
Sky, don't you think we should support this?
No, I think yes. I think I believe that has to be done. That
if you don't have a Ghana card that you can scan your number, you can't enter YouTube.
Exactly, it's important.
We
need those controls because there are times you go home. By the time the things you say your kids shouldn't watch, they say, "Oh, Daddy, we have watched it already."
You know, listen, guys. One day, an old lady inherited a huge sum of money. Her family worried about how to break the good news to her. They feared that the sudden good news might give her a heart attack. And so they decided the family doctor, who was experienced in delivering such news, should be the one to tell her. And when he did, surprisingly, she smiled. Relieved, he asked, "What are you going to do with all that money?" She replied, "I am going to give you half." The doctor rather had a heart attack. Can you imagine? People are often surprised when we put them first. At First Bank, that's what we do. We put you first. Experience the gold standard of banking with First Bank. Open an account today and enjoy our user-friendly mobile app, quick banking via *894#, convenient shopping with our Visa Prepaid and MasterCard, and more. All designed to serve you better. First Bank, you first.
There is small money, there is big money, and there is too much money. Telecel Too Much Money promo is here. Dial *500# to opt in. In the Telecel Too Much Money promo, you can win 100 Ghana cedis cash in the daily draws, 20,000 Ghana cedis in the weekly draws, and 1.2 million Ghana cedis in the grand draw. That's 1.2 million Ghana cedis. Simply reload airtime to end points to stand a chance to win. Dial *500# or visit the Telecel Play app to opt in now for the Telecel Too Much Money promo. Terms and conditions apply.
Telecel, connecting energies.
This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
Shop Price Low Price Birthday is on, which means you get all the low price deals without missing a beat. Celebrate with incredible savings like 250 ml Axe ladies and men deodorant for just 44 cedis, 99 pairs worth, and 750 ml Amalfi shower gel, all variant for only 34 cedis, 99 pairs worth each. Offers valid until 3rd August. Don't miss out on our party rock and low prices only at ShopRite. Lower prices you can trust always. Plus, you can stand to win groceries for a year. Simply purchase 3 participating products, check your code on your competition till slip, and enter via our WhatsApp line. Competition ends 7 September. See in store for more details.
The entries have been received and the marking has begun. Who makes it to the next round of the Literacy Challenge 2025? Randomly selected entries will be read on 97.3 Citi FM on Brunch in the City and the Traffic Avenue, and on Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 TV. Stay tuned to 97.3 Citi FM and Channel 1 TV to find out who makes it to level 2 of the Literacy Challenge on Monday, 4th August 2025. Level 2 Aptitude Test. The top 50 contestants from across Ghana to make it to the next round shall take part in a written aptitude test on Saturday, 9th August 2025 at 12 noon at the British Council, Accra. Grand finale. The top 10 contestants chosen from level 2 shall compete for the grand prize of 10,000 Ghana cedis in a classic quiz competition on Friday, 15th August 2025. The Literacy Challenge 2025 is powered by Citi FM, supported by Channel 1 TV, and sponsored by Belmu and GB Assessment.
CDC Ghana Limited wishes to inform all business owners, industrial operators, and tenants within the Tema acquisition area that a special rent collection exercise will commence on the 2nd of July and run through to 31st of July 2025. All defaulting leaseholders and occupants are hereby advised to settle outstanding arrears of their house, shops, offices, and ground rents within this period. Failure to comply will result in strict enforcement actions, including closure and sealing of premises and legal recovering procedures. To avoid disruption of your business operations or loss of access to your premises, visit CDC head office at Community 1, Tema. Pay all outstanding arrears and collect official receipts. We urge all stakeholders to treat this notice with urgency to avoid reputational damage and operational disruptions. For further information, please contact our 24-hour call center on 0303 202 731. CDC Ghana Limited, leader in the real estate business.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
8:15 on a City Breakfast Show. When Republic Bank says they are the one for you, they mean they are the one for you. That's why we've reduced their CD mortgage interest rate even to a new low in the teens. You can afford to own your dream home or your next one for less. Don't wait, the offer is valid for only a limited period. Switch Republic Bank today and enjoy this exciting deal. Call 0540109649 or send email to myhome@republicghana.com. Republic Bank, we are the one for you. Ahead of the commemoration of World IVF Day on July 25th, Accra Fertility Center, a subsidiary of Medifem Multi-Specialist Hospital, is offering a special discount consultation fee from now through 15th August. Now, just pay 299 cedis to book an appointment with our experienced fertility specialist. Whether you are starting your fertility journey, looking for IVF service, or an expert advice, now is the perfect time to take that step with the trusted professionals at Accra Fertility Center. We'll provide you with expert care, state-of-the-art technology, and affordable access. Don't miss this time-limited offer. Book your appointment today and be part of the journey to hope, healing, and new beginnings. So call Accra Fertility Center on 0501 577 568 or visit our website www.medifemhospital.com to schedule your consultation. Accra Fertility Center, where dreams of parenthood come to life. And there's never been a better time to get things done, and SG Ghana is making this possible. Our low interest loans are back. If you're a salaried worker, whether you're on controller or payroll, working with SG Ghana listed institution, or already banking with us, this is your time. From now to September, apply and receive a loan from SG Ghana for your personal and business needs. Join thousands of Ghanaians transforming their lives with the money they need at rates they love. Visit any SG Ghana branch or call 0302 214 314. Terms and conditions apply. SG Ghana, the future is you.
An Anglo-Gold Ashanti Ghana wishes to caution the public against engaging in investment schemes being promoted on social media and allegedly being offered by Anglo-Gold Ashanti Ghana, including the TikTok accounts promoting an Anglo-Gold Ashanti investment scheme. Now, Anglo-Gold Ashanti Ghana does not operate and has not authorized any person to offer any investment scheme on TikTok or any social media platform. So stay alert, protect yourself from fraud, and report suspicious activity to the nearest police station. For verified information, our website is www.anglogoldashanti.com, or you call this number 0556 582 933 0556 582 933. So in every business, every moment without the right solution is an opportunity missed. As a business owner, you deserve a solution that can take your ambition to the next level. We are introducing the Absa Mobi Tab, that solution that turns your Android device into your ultimate business partner. With just your near-field communication-enabled mobile device such as your phone, you can accept payments from debit and credit cards plus mobile wallets quickly, easily, anytime and anywhere. Is your business ready for the next level? Visit your nearest branch today. Sign up for Absa Mobi Tab and unlock your business potential. T's and C's apply. Your story matters. Absa. Okay, so get paid smarter with Zenith Merchant Pay. If you're running a business, make receiving payments fast, easy, and stress-free with Zenith Merchant Pay, the similar solution for SMEs and corporates. With Zenith Merchant Pay, you can receive payments via mobile money, a QR code, bank transfer, or *96#. Zenith Bank's USSD, all in real time. Also, enjoy instant payment alerts and quick settlements, as well as easy reconciliation. No delays, no stress. Sign up for Zenith Merchant Pay today at any of our branches and enjoy fast, secure, instant payments anywhere in Ghana. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
All right, so a couple of comments coming in. Send your views on 054-998-6996. We've just been breezing to the issue of names and the inconsistency of naming places, but more the question of local governance and the quality of governance at the local level. There's also a number of comments we've received from people concerned about a general lack of security around them, complaining about the police inaction when it comes to either attacks or even sometimes murders that are not resolved. We'll deal with them shortly. But the University of Professional Studies Accra, UPSA, in partnership with the Catholic University of Milan, Italy, and the E for Impact Foundation, is inviting you to apply for an MBA in Impact Entrepreneurship and Innovation. You get a dual globally recognized MBA for both Ghana and Italy, a hands-on practical learning experience, access to a business and investor network, and a full week in Italy for networking, matchmaking, and mentorship with international experts and investors. Now, if you're an entrepreneur, a startup founder, career-driven entrepreneur, or someone with a big idea, this is your moment. Send a WhatsApp to Dr. Andrews Ayiku, the program coordinator, on 0244760425, or email ayiku.andrews@upsmail.edu.gh. And introducing the Mobex Africa Partnership Day, a dynamic new platform designed to spark strategic collaboration that will power Africa's digital transformation. Now, tomorrow, Thursday, 31st July, join the most influential voices in government, tech, business, and development at the Kempinski Gold Coast City Hotel in Accra for this high-level future-shaping gathering. This debut edition will feature Chief of Staff Julius Deborah, Honorable Samuel Nate George, MP and Minister for Communications, Dr. Johnson Esiama, Governor of the Bank of Ghana, and Mr. Moses Baden, Jr., CEO of Margins Group. As Mobex Africa marks 10 years of catalytic impact, Partnership Day signals a renewed commitment to the continent's digital sovereignty, built on the pillars of innovation, infrastructure, inclusion, and impact. Mobex Africa Partnership Day is proudly powered by our strategic partner Margins Group. Attendance strictly by invitation. Now, if you're an institution that wants to be part of this, contact Kofi Buedi on 054-0844-261. That's 054-0844-261. Mobex Africa Partnership Day, driving Africa's digital future.
So what are you proud of? Well, for us at First Atlantic Bank, we are proud to be crowned Digital Bank of the Year, not once, but twice, and back to back. This isn't just a fancy title, it's a celebration of a commitment and relentless drive to give you the ultimate convenience in digital banking, whether it's through our mobile app, internet banking, USSD, or any of our seamless platforms. We make sure your banking experience is truly safe, fast, and secure. So why settle for less? Join the Purple family today and experience the true meaning of smart banking. 2-time Digital Bank of the Year, back to back. If I enter your ear, if I enter your ear. So follow the conversation on all our social media platforms at First Atlantic GH, First Atlantic Bank, refreshingly different. Now get ready for the biggest reunion of the year. It's the Tech Alumni Homecoming 2025. Is happening from the 1st to the 3rd of August 2025 on the beautiful campus of KNUST Kumasi. The theme is celebrating our legacy, building our future. Join fellow technocrats from across the world for an exciting lineup of events. We have a guided campus tour to relive your golden memories, faculty-based mentorship sessions to inspire the next generation, a grand opening ceremony, an innovation exhibition, a dazzling networking cocktail, and the unforgettable Generations Jam to reconnect and unwind. I'm told there's been some reconfiguration to include Daddy Lumba's jams in there, so it's gonna be massive. Yeah, man. Lumba will be representing live and living color, but they say they have the best stadium as well, Pajo, and they'll be doing things there. So on Saturday, yeah, giddy. I'm told some else will be racing too, or? So on Saturday, your heart will be racing with a health walk. You plant a legacy tree as well, and then you enjoy hall-based activities and compete in thrilling sports at Pajo Stadium. Wrap it all up on Sunday with a soul-lifting Thanksgiving. So save the date as the 1st to the 3rd, 2025 of August 2025 is happening at KNUST. Come, let's reconnect, reflect, and ignite the tech spirit.
All right, so welcome, Simon. I was going to discuss what do you call it, general security, but let's deal with this quick comments before we get into it.
Yeah, so a listener sent this in from somewhere off the Michelle Camp Road. It says there's a school and a number of residents who admittedly have been provided with gutters. Have not been provided with gutters in front of the streets. For the last 10 years, this school and the residents have been releasing their sewage effluents on the path. So literally the path that everyone uses, that street where the kids play, is just toilet water. Apologies for that. The street is Nina Abochi Street. Anyone can come and check. And despite repeated complaints to the assembly, not one thing has been done.
And before you do the other one, so there's this one coming in from Kobla, who is driving through the Hajj village area. It's a video of livestock. So you have goats and sheep, cattle roaming freely around the Kotoka International Airport.
Oh.
I mean, this is completely unacceptable.
Around the airport?
Around the airport, the Hajj village, that whole area. They are having a field
Charlie,
day.
one day we'll be there, cattle will be on the tarmac.
Charlie, and it will create problems.
Let's not be surprised. One day you'll be in a plane from BA coming. Then the plane will say,
They will land
no animal.
Anyway, so Kojo Asari in Koforidia says, good morning,
That's
Bernard
serious,
and team.
And the vehicles have to stop for them to come and cross.
Airport area, cattle are roaming. They will enter the runway.
Yeah, they can. From the Spintex side
Yeah.
and also from the Bemakam side.
Even from the side that this picture was taken from, you know, this side that the action when you come down.
Yeah, that's Spintex.
Cattle.
It's possible. It's
And they will
possible.
sleep on
I
the
mean, they have all sorts types of encounters there. They just don't tell us. But one day.
Okay, so let me go to the messages. And Kwejo Asari from Koforidia says, good morning, Bernard and team. Our assemblies have to be serious. All that their task forces know to do is writing on buildings under construction, stop work, produce permits. After that, they will come for your money and won't do anything in the area or make any recommendations to your building plan. The assemblies have to be managed better than it is being managed now. Dan in Ashaman says, good morning, Bernard and Co. Ashaman is perhaps the town with absurd names. We have Jericho, Jerusalem, Bethlehem, Lebanon, Israel, New York, all within Ashaman. Good morning, Citi CBS team. MMDAs and MMDCEs in the urban areas do not get enough pressure as compared to their counterparts in rural areas. They need to be equally held accountable on matters of sanitation, roads, street lights, and security. Also, the recent naming done on the streets is even worse. They started naming all our streets after exotic fruits and vegetables. Why are you calling Road of Justice Obom Road as Cherry Street? That's Delali from Kaswa. Julius from Dansuman says, good morning, Bernard and team. Basically, the truth is missing in us and our society. Bernard, my story is same as that of White House. My dad resettled from Lagos to build a duplex at Amrihia. That area later became known as Nigerian man area. Little did I know it was my dad's house. Meanwhile, he's a fully fledged Ghanaian. Yes. Bernard, if the president is evaluating DCE and MCEs by the state of their sanitation, then the dismissal letter to the MCE of Boku should be delivered on Friday. He and his team are inept. That's Kofi at Boku. Yep. Good morning. I'm Emmanuel from Accra. Bernard, even if the gentleman paints his house his dream color, the name White House is stuck forever. Well, here's another one. He should paint it his dream color, or they will find a name for it. I think they already did. Dear Bernard, my landlord at Samsam is called Abodam, and the junction of his apartment complex is called Abodam Junction. Good morning, Bernard and team. A junction called Yellow Signboard off the Tema Michelle Camp, Akosombo Main Road. The signboard has long broken down and cannot be found, yet the junction named by Trotro mates is still Yellow Signboard, and that's Matthias in Tema.
Let me give the last comment on this family. See, what I'm trying to say is that if you don't plan a space and people start living in the space, this is what happens. Because the development plan, so the person who sold the land has given the land to somebody, and somebody lives there. So they take a trotro and they have to get down. The people who are in charge of the space have not decided to name the place. So even the location of bus stops is determined by demand, not by any particular plan. And I'm saying that tells you that we are not serious. Because if it's mates who are naming our places of living, what else are they doing?
A lot.
You get it? So it's so arbitrary. And I feel like the assemblies, we need a reset of the assemblies. They need to get up and say, look, let's have a national conversation about standards. What is the basic way of identifying a place? How do we do if you enter a space, how do we know you are here? How do we know you are exiting the place? You get it? There should be that clarity. It's not. We shouldn't leave it to the I don't know, because it's going to affect everything. You know, it's now one consequence of this. Now let me digress. One consequence of this. Now we are seeing also because there is no clarity on land tenure and spatial planning. A consequence of this is what we are seeing in a lot of disputes over land. Okay. Now, I'm not going to go into the specifics of the cases because I don't have all the legal backing. But suffice it to say, I've received a lot of comments around these matters. Bernard, there's an unfortunate development here at Agribusiness Ghana. People feel emboldened and untouchable, are breaking into people's legally acquired lands and are forcibly taken over with the assistance of land guards. Just this past Wednesday, these people broke into my sister's property, a land with a completed house on the side and a plot of land on the other. They've broken onto the land. They've broken onto the plot, broke the foundation she built on the land, and are building on it. We've reached out to the police to intervene, but they've proven to be ineffective in stopping the illegality. We need public attention on this development. Some people in the country feel they can do whatever they like and no one can stop them. As I type this, they are still building on the land. Then here's another one. Ladowayo Teachers Landowners Association. Concern retirement and current teachers. Petition against encroachment and harassment by land guards at Ladowayo Teachers Land near Odumse. Long message. We, the undersigned, representing a collective of concerned retired and current teachers who legally acquired parcels of land at this place, respectfully submit, and this is a letter to the regional police commander, Tema. Okay. Have legally acquired lands, submit this petition to bring to your attention the persistent encroachment, intimidation, and harassment we are facing from individuals identified as land guards. Our association lawfully purchased this land several years ago through recognized channels and in accordance with the laws of Ghana. Despite the clear documentation and legal backing of our ownership, a group of unauthorized individuals has recently resorted to trespassing, threatening lawful occupants, and obstructing ongoing development efforts in the land. These actions have created a climate of fear and insecurity, especially for elderly retirees and families attempting to settle or develop their plots. We are deeply concerned about our safety and lack of peace in an area that was intended to be a secure and dignified space for educators who have dedicated their lives to serving the nation. We respectfully request the following. 1. Immediate police intervention to halt the activities of these land guards and secure the property. 2. An investigation into the identities, sponsors, and intention of the individuals involved. 3. Regular patrols or police visibility in the area to deter further illegal action. 4. Protection of the legal right of landowners to peacefully access and develop their land. 5. We trust that your office, in collaboration with the Ghana Police Service and relevant authorities, will take swift action to ensure the safety of citizens and uphold the rule of law. We are ready to assist with any information or documentation required. Signed, the name is there, chairperson of the association. They've attached copies of land documents, verified landowners, photographs. Now, that's not all. I'm just reading various reports of, I won't call it a breakdown, but it's close to that. Good afternoon, Bernard. I hope you are doing well. I pray this message finds you in good health. He mentions his name. I'll give him a moniker. My name is Fifi. I've been living in Sogakope for the past 1.5 years. I write to you with deep concern about an alarming and escalating issue that urgently needs attention. In recent times, the rate of violent killings in Sogakope and its surrounding communities has become disturbingly high. Week after week, lifeless bodies are being discovered, some reportedly linked to ritual activities, others to armed robbery, and a few resulting from misinformation or misidentification. The disturbing part is that many of these heinous acts are allegedly carried out by young people, especially commercial motorbike riders, commonly known as Okada riders. Yet the response from the local authorities, including the DCE and the security agencies, has been far from proactive. There's a growing perception among residents that those in charge are either overwhelmed or indifferent to the situation. To highlight the urgency, on Tuesday, July 1, a man, I don't want to give his description because he gives a certain ethnic description, was brutally murdered. His body was retrieved by the Sogakope District Police and is currently at the morgue awaiting autopsy. That was July 1. On July 2, an Uber driver fell victim to an armed robbers and was also found dead. And on Tuesday, July 15, another male body was discovered in an uncompleted building right here in Sogakope and taken to the mortuary. This pattern is not only frightening, but paints a grim picture of a town losing grip on law and order. The people of Sugakope are living in fear and deserve urgent attention and support. I humbly appeal to you and your media platform to bring national awareness to the crisis. Your voice can help spark the right intervention and restore calm for your people. Thanks for your time. Warm regards, Fifi. And then he continues. Bernard, the situation took another troubling turn. So he sent me another message a week after at Dabala Junction, not far from Sugakope, where an alarm was raised by suspected motorbike theft. The Sugakope District Police Command responded swiftly, but their efforts were severely challenged as a crowd of Okada riders quickly took over the scene and overpowered access to the suspect. Tragically, we have received confirmation this morning that the suspect passed away at Koboni Hospital. Incidents like these are becoming far too frequent, stirring fear and anxiety among residents and threatening the peace we once enjoyed in Sugakope. If decisive actions are not taken, these hostile and lawless actions could render the South-owned district, including our security agencies, powerless and hostage to chaos. Now, I read this because the trend I see is somehow the security authorities seem powerless.
So I have another.
You have another one?
Yes, on growing insecurity.
All right.
And a listener sends this one to me. He says, 2 people were shot last week at Tulaku, down the road from the Ashaman roundabout, allegedly because of the Boku conflict. One of the victims was a popular vulcanizer whose stall was just off the Tulaku road, where you see the sheep being sold. The killer is at large. Recently, the defense minister lamented the loss of ammunition and weapons due to theft. I strongly doubt that these ammunition and weapons were stolen without the complicity of insiders at the security agencies. Additionally, there's growing evidence that proceeds from illicit gold trade are being used to fund the conflict. Islamist militants from neighboring countries have also established their base up north. We are sitting on a time bomb and no one has thought to brief us on what's going on. The average person doesn't know what the fighting in northern Volta or Boku is about and what the challenges are. All we hear is about 3 people killed here, bus load of people killed there, etc., etc. Can someone break all this down for us and what exactly is being done?
So then, of course, you add to that the announcements of interception of weapons and that type of thing. So, for example, this morning in the newspaper review, you read that a number of guns had been intercepted at the Kuta International Airport with over 1,000 rounds of ammunition. There's been a lot of that. Now, it's because I don't have the research, I'm not able to say objectively and factually that there's a growing spate of lawlessness. But there certainly is anecdotal evidence to show that there's heightened state of anxiety over certain kinds of attacks. Now, I want to separate the one you read, which seems to be linked to a known conflict, to the general impunity people show and the almost unwillingness of police to stop anything. Okay. Now, I feel like I may be controversial here, but it seems like after the election, some people have decided that they can do anything they want. And somehow the police from the election period have been using a certain strategy of non-confrontation. We saw what happened during some of the so-called collations. It looks like that has entrenched itself. Okay, so now the president is saying that in Boku they are going to use peace enforcement, not what the other word, peacekeeping. So you can tell that the police generally have a more relaxed attitude, and it's emboldening people to take the law into their own hands. It's almost like there's a lacuna. I don't know whether because maybe the new security people haven't really taken their position. I don't know what's happening. Like, people are doing all kinds of things, and we are reporting it sporadically, but I don't feel like we've consistent. If we put the numbers together, I think it's a serious situation we are facing.
Bernard, I mean, it is a truly serious situation. I spent some time monitoring the timelines of the Ghana Police Service. So they have a Twitter page, they have a Facebook page, and I want to believe they have some other pages. And consistently, you're getting very troubling reports of, in some cases, 18-year-olds getting involved in truly gory and violent use of arms to suppress people, in some cases, kill people, right? What is clear is that some efforts get made at certain levels, but it would seem that the situation is so pronounced that the efforts they are making are getting muted by the frequency of what we are seeing. Just this week, some people claiming to be agents of national security, that has since been disputed that they are people they claim they were, stormed into offices belonging to the Forestry Commission, locked out the people, and for a whole 2-3 hours, as this report suggests, nobody could do anything to them. They stopped the people who were supposed to be working from working, right? Then you talk about this Soga Copper situation. Bernard, you remember that a couple of months ago, some boys in the area elected to move into spaces they said were being used by cocaine addicts, criminals, and all kinds of places. They led the effort.
They were not the security.
Exactly. So they went into these spaces, arrested people, took, in some cases, weapons, and then also exhibits that they said were drugs. Subsequently, we heard from some of the authorities saying that the security, the youth should not be electing to do things like that. They should leave it to the security people to handle the situation. But it would seem, from what you are reading, that maybe somehow the police do not seem to have a handle on the situation. Because it would get to a point where, for it to get to a point where the people in the area are electing
the law into their own hands.
It would seem that there's a certain lacuna that is not being properly dealt with. And that is what the police administration would have to speak to. Because, Bernard, I am increasingly getting concerned because Soga Copper is not the only place. If you go to the Aplao area and related communities, every single time we receive a report from Sylvia Wuye that some mobile money vendor has been shot, someone has been, attacked, people have been maimed as a result of this. Then there are also reports of grave looting. People storming into cemeteries, excavating, buried ancestors, and doing all kinds of things. Just 2 weeks ago, in the same Soga Copper, Adidome, Central Tong, North Enclave, a number of people said to be ritualists were arrested for having allegedly killed people and using their parts for all kinds of things. So now you pause and you ask yourself, what actually is happening? Is there some vacuum that is not being properly addressed? Are the security, people monitoring the situation? And then added to that is the situation from the north of the country. Now, we have Burkina Faso neighboring us to the north. We understand the troubles in that part. But what is concerning is the reports we are getting that overflow is hitting us in our own homes. And it will seem that the security people, if they are doing something, it would seem that they are not doing enough. Because clearly, this is getting to levels that are worrying everybody. Because you are driving home, you are not so sure, you hear that, this person has been shot in. Look at what happened in Asawase. Someone brazenly walked, broad daylight.
2 guys on a motorbike killed a chief.
Just like that. And 2 days later, we are told that somebody else was shot in that same area.
And then people went into a in fact, I have another one. And sometimes because of the sensitive nature of the incident, you describe it in a way that I don't know. 2 people went to a school in Alerigu and pulled out 2 students and just shot them.
How can
so now a group has written a statement and asking that they should not be drawn into the conflict because the 2 people were of a particular ethnic extraction. So I'm not sure if we are mixing things up or whether Boku has heightened the general sense of insecurity or whether there's more illicit weapons in the system. But there's obviously something happening within our security that we need to pay attention to more closely. Papa, I don't know what you have to say on this issue. Before I think we need to
the Boku issue, as we all know, is complex. And while the police is not in a position to resolve the Boku issue, I think they still hold a burden of ensuring that security situation is managed.
Mm.
But we should also be careful to isolate the Boku issue from what we see as sporadic occurrences of all these violent activities happening. If the police is not in a place to, if they think they are not well resourced to handle it, I think they should just tell us. Because every day has a new story. Every day has a new story, and the police will have us believe that they are on top of the situation. I mean, we see what happens in other countries, and we know when the police is on top of a situation. I mean, to the extent that even the police themselves have become victims of the same security situation that they are supposed to be managing. I think we are in a worse situation than we first thought when it comes to security. You know, thing about some of these security issues is that you don't see the reality until it comes closer to you. Let them touch one politician and see what the politicians will do. It's always happening to the other person, and most often the unknown person. But the numbers are a bit too high for us.
I also think that the time we find ourselves in is also instructive or important to note, because we're in the early months or days of a transitional government. Whenever there's a transition, there's a change in government, from Rawlings to Kufuor to Mills, etc., you would notice that there are some lapses in security. And oftentimes we blame the partisan politicization of our security institutions for this, because, I mean, just when the transition happens in the first year, you get a lot of these criminal activities being reported here and there.
Let me speak to Ken Officer Sabuaji and I'll come back to you. So he's a security analyst. He's joining us to try and put in context what we see as different instances of security matters. Kenneth, thanks for joining us. Good morning.
Thanks, Efo.
Yeah, it's good to have you. So, you know, there's one thing we call anecdotal evidence, but there's also empirical evidence where you can then say objectively that there is a heightened sense of insecurity. From what we cover in the news, it seems to me as though there are more frequent reports of certain types of violent crime. All right. Some linked to the Boku conflict, others not linked to the Boku conflict. So I'm not sure if from where you sit, you're able to tell me substantively that maybe since the election, things have gotten worse security-wise for some time. And is that normal? If that's true, is that even normal?
Well, thanks for the question. I think we can proceed on the empirical basis of, the question that you posed. And there could be two explanations. One could be that in all human activities, when you rotate people, those who have the institutional memory are replaced by incoming elements which don't have institutional memory, which are not very accustomed to the environment. Now, that weakness in that particular phase can be exploited by people who stand to gain from this paradigm. That could be one explanation for what is happening. That when we brought in the new government or the new administration, security at various nodal points, take Terminal 3, for instance, the elements had to be replaced with new personnel. Now, those new personnel, granted that they know everything about security, wouldn't know the architecture of TV3 in and out. They will need time.
Now, so could it also be that certain miscreants or people who commit crimes but associate themselves with a political party may either feel more emboldened when their party is in power or vice versa, for which reason that rotation creates the insecurity we see as well? Is that something we can deduce
that could be one explanation. The other explanation is that it could very well mean that this new administration is being transparent and is being effective in uncovering, in detecting and reporting crime, whereas in the past they might have been swept, under the carpet. Now, take for instance, and I'm saying this for purposes of education. Take the cocaine haul in the central region. Was it in January, for instance? It didn't happen in January. It happened before the new administration came into office. But the previous administration never told Ghanaians about the impounding of any cocaine haul. But this new administration came out and told Ghanaians what it had found in the Western region, that it needed some kind of explanation to bring to Accra, because Accra is where, the expertise and the technology is. The other example is a minister coming out, for instance, to tell us about two instances. That's the way I understand the narrative of missing ammunition. One, and ammunition being irregularly moved from the Ghana Armed Forces to national security. That's one instance. It's all about transparency. It's about the philosophy of how the new administration wants to govern. In the instance, yes.
Okay, wait. So while I appreciate that, there are some of the instances that is the media that reports. So I'll give you an example. The Gakope report I just read from a listener is not something the police necessarily put out. It's a petrified citizen who sent that to us. And quite a number of the reports that we put in the media are not necessarily official communication. It's more something has happened, somebody has been killed, and then they report it to the media. So I feel like there's also a lot of that. So even if the security is being transparent and saying ammunition has been lost or we've made this cocaine haul, I think the point around violent crime and its reportage has more to do with the way it happens and the spontaneity of the media report.
Because from what you've said, you could argue that there is a new climate, a new governance climate in the country where people feel more comfortable. I mean, take just for purposes of discussion, take the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association and look at the what do you call it, the courage, that they have, the moral courage they have to be openly coming out to make demands which should have been made years back. So when there's a new governance climate in a country, people feel, emboldened, and they feel there is a contribution to the national effort in terms of national security to report cases. That could be the reason why people are now talking and people putting things out in the open. Whereas in the past, you would have been afraid that if you made certain statements publicly, you could be dealt with. It's for Ghanaians to accept what I'm saying or to dispute it. But there's a new climate within the country where people feel that they will not be vindicated. I think that's the appropriate word. If they came out and made certain pronouncements, even those impinging on national security.
Okay, let's talk about the Boku matter now. The president announced today that the security was going to now be enforced, not to be kept. So now they are peace enforcement and not peacekeeping. What does that mean in normal language?
It's very complicated. In fact, it's not complicated, but we have made it complicated. Let me start by saying that I read a post in social media attributed to Citi FM or Citi News or so, saying that this force is going to conduct counterinsurgency. So I've responded in social media that there's no insurgency anywhere in Boku, or for that matter, any part of Ghana. These are specialized cells. Now, in internal crisis in democracies, you do not use terms that the UN uses, when there's a country that is unstable and the UN or the AU or ECOWAS need to mobilize external neutral actors to go in and enforce peace. Examples would be Liberia. You could say peace enforcement in Liberia. But internally, we maintain peace and security within democracies. So I'm disputing the usage of UN terminologies which don't apply, which has led to this, idea that there is insurgency somewhere in Boku. It's not insurgency. Insurgency is when a political movement or a movement that is armed seizes control, a sizable part of a country, and replaces the statutory authority with its own administration. That is not what is happening in Boku. In Boku, the government of Ghana is still in control. So it's not an insurgency. And the Operation Madaburi Task Force is not there to fight an insurgency. I maintain that the mission of the Operation Madaburi Task Force is to maintain and restore peace and stability. Granted that the political authority says to go and enforce the peace, we understand what that means. Practically, what it means is that a higher threshold of force is going to be used. It's permissible. Beyond using force in self-defense and in the protection of elements of the task force and other facilities and installations and so on. This force is now prepared. And we saw some of the equipment that are being deployed there, which to me is a bit on the other side. Twin-barreled anti-aircraft or anti-tank, whatever it is. Are you going to fight civilians with those kinds of, armaments? But maybe it's to show force and try to intimidate those who are creating trouble in Boku. So we are going to see more of the same things. The curfew already has been enhanced. We are going to see more patrols because there are more human beings in terms of the soldiers. We're going to see more facilities being protected, what we call the static protection duties. We're going to see more of the convoy escorts. And indeed, if the essential service personnel remain, teachers, nurses, this enhanced force will be in a position to protect them from home to work and back.
Okay.
They may not necessarily be able, to protect them, every individual in wherever they live.
All right. Now, finally, I haven't seen the article you referred to, so I'll be happy if you send it to me because these days there are many false articles in the system, and it could also be maybe an opinion piece. So let's be very clear what we are talking about when you make reference to that story. Finally, it seems as if the conflict has moved beyond the physical Boku general northeast enclave. Of course, there's a curfew in Boku and also in Nalerigu. There were some shootings in the Ashanti region, Asawasi, a couple of shootings. Even this morning, somebody is linking some shooting in some parts of Ashaiman to the conflict. So it appears as though there is some sort of spillover. How concerning is that for you as an analyst?
That is extremely concerning. In other words, the geographical area of the conflict has spread, not by creeping inches outside of the Boku jurisdiction or Boku area, but now to anywhere that you have Kusasis and you have Mampusis. And of course, we know that no state in that context will be able to easily detect that some people are around Abobloshi, for instance, or some people in Asawasi or some Zongo here, central region, and so on and so forth, Volta region, are going to be attacked by one party or the other. That has led me to suggest strongly that the government needs to invest more intelligence resources in addressing the Boku conflict. And I think those in the industry will understand what I mean. Both the security intelligence operatives and the technologies that the government has must be brought to bear on the Boku conflict. Because what is happening is that these elements that we call spoilers, and yesterday the president made reference to that some people are bent on unraveling the peace process. Now, those people technically are spoilers who do anything, everything to ensure that the peace is not realized. Now, detecting them may be easy, may not be easy. You look for the warlords, and I believe national security knows certain individuals who are behind, the Boku crisis, either as financiers or opinion leaders or whoever they are. You target them using technology and using human intelligence in order to not neutralize like killing them, by silencing their platforms and so on and so forth. But it's very scary because in the process, there could be collateral damage. And the collateral is somebody going to a high school, abducting 2 students, who sadly turn out not even to be Kusasis or Mampusis, but being Bimobes. And yesterday, a certain National Association of Bimobes has issued a statement. So this is deepening the crisis. It's now bringing in the minority ethnic groups, of which the Bimobes are one, in and around the northeast. So if we're not very careful, this conflict may get out of control. And then it's going to be more difficult for us to be able to bring it, under control. We may end up in a situation like, excuse my language, some other West African countries where external actors in the form of terrorists or mercenaries or whoever they are now come in, in order to make the conflict a bit more complex.
We hope it doesn't get there. Thank you for your time, Kenneth Sabuaji, security analyst. Time check, it's 3 minutes past 9. Now, the statement he refers to was actually issued by a group, and it was in relation to the killing of 2 students in a secondary school. Just wanted to give you some highlights of that.
Yeah, the Ghana here has also just issued a statement on the transition from peacekeeping to peace enforcement.
Who? The government?
The Ghana Army.
The Ghana Army. So can you read that for me?
Okay. So the statement issued some 30 minutes ago says, the Ghana Armed Forces wishes to inform the general public that following the directive by the President of the Republic and Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the Ghana Armed Forces has with immediate effect transitioned from peacekeeping to peace enforcement operations in the area of Boku and its environs. Now, this transition to peace enforcement has become necessary due to activities of armed elements that have intermittently resulted in violence, reprisal attacks, and innocent deaths, highlighting a dangerous pattern that threatens not only Boku, but also the peace and security of our dear nation. Now, Ghana Armed Forces operations during this period will be conducted in areas to include Boku, Binduri, Nalerigu, and Zebila. Now, this peace enforcement phase will see the military undertake robust and purposeful operations that would enhance community protection while ensuring sanity returns to affected areas. Now, the military will use all necessary force to restore law and order during its operations and call on all citizens to adhere to law and order, including all agreed restrictions during the period. Now, the renewed curfew period of the affected areas is from 2 p.m. to 6 a.m. and will be enforced to the latter. The last paragraph says, the Ghana Forces wishes to appeal to all well-meaning Ghanaians, particularly the good people of Boku, Binduri, Nalerigu, Zebila, and their environs, to cooperate with the security forces any attempt at distracting the operations and activities of the force in place, including attack on the security personnel, will be met with appropriate response. The Ghana Armed Forces remains firmly committed and in readiness to execute its constitutional mandate to ensure that this country is peaceful and its citizens are safe.
Wow.
And it's signed by V.A. Ahin, who is a captain of the Ghana Navy, acting director responsible for general public relations.
So let me read the part that is key. The peace enforcement phase will see the military undertake robust and purposeful operations that will enhance community protection while ensuring sanity returns to affected areas. The military will use all necessary force to restore law and order during its operation and calls on citizens to adhere. Now, when you have a 2 to 6 a.m. curfew, what does that mean?
It means you have to go. You shouldn't be seen loitering about or walking anywhere after 2 p.m.
So you can wake up at 6.
Yes.
And do your activities and finish by 1:59.
Yes.
Okay, so basically you have 6, 7, 8. So like 6 hours to work.
Yes.
So from 3 p.m., 4
You
p.m.
shouldn't be seen outside walking around doing anything.
So it means schools cannot work.
Yeah, schools. I mean, that's a tricky one.
Because
Maybe schools generally close after 1:30 or 2 thereabouts.
Maybe basic schools. There's WASI happening. So what about it? So, for example, Kofi Asare and Co. issued a statement on education in that area as a consequence on Boku and Nalerigu. So they issued a statement on the violent incidents at Nalerigu and Boku Senior High School. And I think I should probably read it.
Yeah, read it.
And this came in yesterday. We express our deepest concern and strong condemnation of the recent violent incidents at Nalerigu Senior High School and Boku Senior High School, which resulted in the tragic loss of 3 lives on the night of Saturday, 26 July. A month ago, a similar conflict in Nkwanta Senior High School led to the killing of 3 students. These dreadful acts of violence perpetrated within and around educational institutions have shocked the conscience of the nation. At Nalerigu, it is reported that armed assailants entered the school premises and fatally shot 2 male students, Lukman and Gideon, in their dormitory. On the same night, at Boku Senior High School, 18-year-old Hakim Kundima, a final year student, was reportedly removed from his dorm and shot by unidentified attackers. These deeply distressing incidents have caused widespread fear and trauma among students, staff, and the entire educational community, leading to the closure of the schools. We unequivocally condemn these attacks, which constitute an egregious violation of the right to life and the sanctity of educational space. No grievance or conflict, regardless of its complexity or duration, can justify the targeting of innocent students. Such acts undermine not only public safety, but also efforts to promote peace and stability in the Upper East and Northeast regions. We call on the government of Ghana, Ministry of Education, and relevant security agencies to take all the necessary steps to 1. Undertake swift investigations to ensure perpetrators are brought to justice. 2. Enhance security in all schools located within conflict-prone areas. 3. Support the mediation effort led by the Asantini Otunfose to the 2nd. 4. Provide psychological support to students and staff of the affected schools. And 5. Make alternative arrangements for affected candidates to write the BEC safely. We urge all community members and stakeholders to remain calm and avoid any actions that may escalate tensions further. At this critical moment, a united and measured response is essential to safeguard our collective future and ensure that schools remain safe spaces for learning and development. We extend our heartfelt condolence to the bereaved families and affected school communities. May the memories of Lukman, Gideon, and Hakim strengthen our resolve to uphold peace, justice, and the right of every child in Ghana to learn in safety and dignity. Signed 28 July by the Africa Education Watch.
You see, the situations in the Boku and the Nalerigu schools, right? These things raise very serious issues about what level of security is in place to protect students and workers on these campuses. Because ordinarily, you can't just walk into a school environment just like that without a security man asking you a question or security people, in appropriate cases, especially when the area is so volatile, to ask questions as to why you are coming there, what kind of things you are bringing into the school environment. So there's a major gap there. I don't know how the schools are fenced or whether it's just an open place you can just walk into. Because, for instance, Presec, you can't just walk into Presec like it's properly fenced, right?
There's a gate, two gates, and you have to check who you are.
Exactly. And it would seem that maybe going forward, there would also be the need to introduce scanners. For instance, the people who are coming in, and then also how we get the kids to school. Maybe we need school buses of some kind.
Know that in Ghana, security is very porous. Like, security man will just look at Samensis V8 and just ask him to enter. He will look at you in a boat and stop you and question you. But generally speaking, our security is very low.
Because we never learn.
We
never learn.
We
never learn. Bernard, I think it was 15 years ago or so, I was in Kenya, and just the week after I left Nairobi, the West Hills shooting thing happened.
Wow.
I mean, and to think that I always went to the West Hills more, Now, post that event, Kenyans learned something.
Yeah.
Bernard, you can't enter into any proper hotel in Kenya without going through proper security.
Even their universities.
I'm coming there. And I'm saying that you get to a hotel, you think it's a military barracks. It's really protected.
Yeah.
Now get to the academic institutions, protected, because they've learned their lessons. But this country, we don't learn anything. We'll come and do press conference, speak big English, and continue doing the same old things we are doing. Yeah. I hope this time around. And again, it might be a bit of a stretch, but I don't think that we have taken the Boku conflict seriously as a country. Can you imagine if half of what is happening in Boku happened in Accra?
That's crazy.
Whether we will handle it the same way we are handling it. I mean, to the extent that even in some of the security forces services, if you are not the darling person of the boss, then they throw you there to Boku. And that shows seriousness. We have not handled it well as a country. And that's why we are seeing the spillover. Now, the spillover is a sign that they do not believe in the security arrangements that the country is providing. So they take the law into their own hands. Now the B-Mobiles have also spoken. Why? Because they don't have confidence in the way we are managing this. As for the B-Mobiles, they have written. There are the others who will not write. They will just act, take the law into their own hands. And look, you said that this thing is widespread, and I'll tell you, they are not looking for Boku. They are looking for people of a particular ethnic descent.
Completely unacceptable.
And they have a map that tells them where they are located in every major city in this country. They have moved beyond geographical locations to logistics and movement. So they're able to track who owns these vehicles, these passenger vehicles, when they are plying certain routes, and they waylay them and shoot at them. Because they believe that if they allow the owners of a particular ethnic group who control transportation, it means that they are reinforcing the ammunition. Yeah. So they go and waylay them on the routes and they shoot at them. The innocent passengers are killed. So they have gone even ahead of the police.
Yes. It's scary.
If we don't do anything about this situation, every day we'll hear news stories. But that's for the Boku thing. We are also concerned about what we are here in Ashanti region, in other parts of the country. So Gakope, I mean, what is this?
And the youth rather go and beat. It's almost like the police, they don't even...
When there's a feeling of the absence of the state or the police to deal with an issue, then the people want to fill the vacuum. Yeah. And that is very, very dangerous. Bernard, I am saying that when parents send their kids to school, there is a legitimate expectation they have that they are in safe hands.
Yeah.
and that they will return home safely, generally, unless in extreme cases that something happens which is not so much something you blame on the authorities. But for people to move into that space, drag kids out, and execute them extrajudicially the way they did, it should heighten our appetite for doing something to exact justice.
Let me read the statement from the group just to put it in context, right? So, National Association of Bimobes, Mobes, and Gourmets. The Association of Bimobes, Moba, and Gourma, NABMAG, has learned with regret the gruesome murder of 2 Bimoba students at Nairobi SHS on 26th of July at 11 p.m. The murder is reportedly being linked to the Boku chieftaincy conflict. The students were abducted from their dormitory while asleep and shot dead by unidentified gunmen. The students identified as Kakaribu Lukuba and Gilbert Nabila, they hail from Denugu, a Bimoba community in Upper East region. This is the second time within a year that Bimobas have been killed in Mamprugu in connection with the Boku chieftaincy conflict. You'll recall that in February this year, a bus belonging to a Bimoba man was burnt at Luagri near Wali, during which 5 Bimobas were murdered by unidentified gunmen. Regrettably, the perpetrators of this heinous crime are still walking free as the security agencies failed to arrest the prosecutor. Exactly what you were saying. NABMAG condemns this barbaric act in no uncertain terms. It's unacceptable, criminal, wicked, and shameful. We wish to state categorically that 1. We Bimobes, both in Kusau and Mamprugu, have never been part of the Kusasi-Mamprusi conflict and have no interest in the conflict. 2. The continuous unprovoked attacks on Bimobes and an attempt to drag us into this conflict. We are peace-loving people and refuse to be part. 3. The security agencies should swiftly arrest and question the school authorities, the roommates of the 2 students, and all other persons who were complicit in the murder of the students. 4. The failure of the security to investigate, arrest, and punish elements perpetrating these heinous crimes is a subtle endorsement of these crimes and promotes further attacks. 5. These unprovoked attacks, if unabated, could elicit a response by way of self-defense. NABMAG demands that the security agencies conduct swift investigations to identify and punish these killers of innocent students to deter further occurrences. We call on the Mamprugu Youth Associates to take the needed action to ensure the safety of Bimobas within their jurisdiction. We call on the feuding factions in Boku chieftaincy conflict to give peace a chance and cooperate with Otunfo-led mediation. We call on all Bimobas to remain calm in the midst of these unwarranted attacks. Signed by Amos Konsab.
You know, Bernard,
President.
Yeah, quickly. The lack of action extends to where brazen attack on the IGP. Imagine, the IGP went there on an official mission. People brazenly attack the IGP, and as we speak, we don't know who is responsible. They have not been found out and put before court. I mean, you don't live in a country like that. Things like that should invite robust state response so that people learn lessons from it.
We'll take a break. This is the Citi Breakfast Show. Stay with us.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Enhance your business operations with the HP Color LaserJet Pro 3203DW printer. You can print, copy, and scan up to 25 pages per minute with high-quality mobile scans or customizable shortcuts in the HP Smart app that delivers effortless use from wherever you work so you can focus on growing your business. Take advantage of its Wi-Fi direct printing and intuitive touchscreen, which are both designed to simplify your day. With the HP Color LaserJet Pro 3203DW printer, experience fast and easy setup and improved overall printing efficiency with a 40,000 page duty cycle. Built to keep you and your business secure and moving forward with embedded security that is pre-configured out of the box to detect and stop attacks. The HP Color LaserJet Pro 3203DW printer is available at all Kampu Ghana stores. Call 0302-752-020 or visit the nearest Kampu Ghana store to you for more information.
Hey,
So what goes into building quality structures? I mean, literally, what goes into it? Wujaf, you don't want to be sitting here somewhere worrying whether or not you did a really good job. It'd be a very simple equation. If there's no diamond cement in the mix, massa, forget it. Don't start cry. Menye, diamond cement has been providing builders, block makers, and construction companies that peace of mind for years. Diamond cement is 42.5 R grade cement. Unbeatable quality made right here in Ghana. And because we have your pocket in mind, we provide 32.5 R grade so that everybody gets your own. No long talk, Jack. If there's no diamond cement in the mix, don't start. Locate Diamond Cement Ghana Limited nationwide with factories in Aflao, Takrade, and Buipe, or call 0244-313-368 or 0540-111-978 or 0202-021-175. Diamond Cement, still as hard as a diamond.
On the go, night or day. PBL up is the easiest way. Bank secure, bank with ease. Right at your fingertips, bank is a breeze. PBL app making banking so clear. Anytime, anywhere we're here. Safe, secure, banking for you. PBL app, simple and true.
Welcome to the future of banking. The Prudential Bank mobile app. Bank secure anytime. Right from your phone. Access your accounts 24/7. Perform instant transactions. Pay bills. Link mobile money wallets. Scan and pay with GHQR. Manage your cards. Make seamless GIP interbank transfers. All with ease. No more banking hours. Take control and app your banking. Experience simple, secure and convenient banking. Download the PBL mobile app now. PBL mobile app. App your banking.
The entries have been received and the marking has begun. Who makes it to the next round of the Literacy Challenge 2025? Randomly selected entries will be read on 97.3 Citi FM on Brunch in the City and the Traffic Avenue and on Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 TV. Stay tuned to 97.3 Citi FM and Channel 1 TV to find out who makes it to level 2 of the Literacy Challenge on Monday, 4th August 2025. Level 2 Aptitude Test. The top 50 contestants from across Ghana to make it to the next round shall take part in a written aptitude test on Saturday, 9th August 2025 at 12 noon at the British Council, Accra. Grand finale. The top 10 contestants chosen from level 2 shall compete for the grand prize of 10,000 Ghana cedis in a classic quiz competition on Friday, 15th August 2025. The Literacy Challenge 2025 is powered by Citi FM, supported by Channel 1 TV and sponsored by Belmu and GB Assessment.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
(926) 97.3 CFM. Now, if you are building big, Vaneado is ready to build with you. From high-end apartments to office blocks, hotels to private homes, Vaneado is the trusted name for premium finishes at project-friendly prices. We supply luxury bathrooms, Scavolini kitchens and tiles that combine international quality with unbeatable value, perfect for architects, contractors, developers, and interior designers. And the best part, Vaneado offers bulk deals, special project pricing, and tailored packages to suit every skill. We don't just supply, we partner with you to deliver excellence on time and on budget. Visit the Vaneado showroom on Ring Road opposite Laboni Junction or call 055 000 031 or 0244 380 293. Vaneado, powering bold projects.
And you make huge savings at Electroland Mid-Year Clearance Bazaar. Samsung, TCL, Media, NASCO, all on massive discount from 31st, that's tomorrow, to August 3, 2025 from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily at our Spintex branch near Coca-Cola roundabout. LED TV start selling from $799, refrigerators $1,200, washing machines $1,900 and more. Find a mix of brand new display and even scratch and dent items, all with warranty still applying. It's the Fala account discount you've been waiting for. Electroland Mid-Year Clearance Bazaar at Spintex near Coca-Cola roundabout. T&C supply. Call 0503 159 739. Don't miss out. Bold Foods is definitely the number one option for the delivery of all your favorite meals from your favorite restaurants. On Bold Foods, get a delicious medium Ghana man wings and a bottle of Coke for just 260 Ghana cedis. Grab a small Ghana man wings and a bottle of Coke for 99 Ghana cedis from Papa's Pizza. These offers are exclusively available on Bold Foods. So download the Bold Foods app today and enjoy. So we are in a rainy season and we all know what that means. The risk of waterborne diseases like typhoid and cholera, it goes up. Keeping your family and yourself safe and hydrated with clean, safe drinking water is more important than ever. Use Jibu purified water every day for drinking, cooking, preparing your beverages without breaking your bank. So from 15th of July to the 3rd of August, Jibu is running a special bottle promotion. Buy a durable 20-liter bottle at a heavily discounted price of just 100 Ghana cedis and stand the chance of winning a free aluminium bottle, which is ideal for school, office, and on the go. So don't wait. Visit any of our outlets near you today and place orders. Find us online, jibuco.com/gh, or call us 020-984-5817. Jibu, a better life.
All right, some comments on the discussions around insecurity in the country, Francisca.
Yes, Bernard and Nana K in Teshi says, good morning, Bernard and team. But Bernard, have you forgotten the Ghana police itself bought a big parcel of land for their personnel around Kaswa area, and land guards took the land from them?
But that wasn't the case. I think there was a contest over the ownership.
Okay, here's another one. Good morning, Bernard. The police have even paid for land at Dodoa through the administration, and for over 5 years now, there's no land documents for their personnel. How can they sort you out? Good morning, team. I think Lands Commission needs to be evaluated. They are part of the problem. Another person says, good morning. This is truly happening in Ajengano. In 2020, a man who controls some state authorities seized the land belonging to a deceased ex-soldier and built mansions on it. There was a building on it, but they built a fence wall around that land. For the police, they come and they cannot stop the land guards. Hello, Bernard. My parents were robbed at gunpoint at Oibi in April. It was a horrific episode which lasted for 3 hours, and no one could dare come to their rescue given the dangerous weapon-wielding criminals. We reported to the Oibi police station in the morning. One officer charged us 1,000 Ghana cedis for some tracking effort of the criminals. To date, not a single effort or update whatsoever. Ghana is gradually becoming an unsafe place to live. Thank you. Kofi from Accra says, good morning, Ben and team. There's also a general indiscipline among the Okada riders, and it is making them lose their lives. All this is happening within 7 months. It is serious. Another person says, at Impraisu Kwehu, come see daylight prostitution by Prajia boys and their girlfriends and abuse of drugs. No respect for anyone. No one seems to care. DJ Nature says, good morning, Bernard. It seems that Ghana is going backwards every day, yet we continue to pretend that everything is fine. I pray that one day Caleb comes to Italy to give you some coverage. Here you can see military personnel patrolling our airports and train stations and immigration officers controlling traffic on our local roads. Meanwhile, in Ghana, we keep claiming we are a democracy. Isn't Europe also practicing the same democracy? What a joke. Good morning, Bernard. Please ask the speaker about those killing for human parts or organs and for rituals. And also ask about the foreigners who have come to Ghana to commit such crimes, probably because they see it's easy to do that in Ghana. And again, Ghanaians are very unsuspecting of foreign criminal activities. I'm saying this because I do hear about these acts from other radio stations too. Thank you. And that's Betty in Georgia. James in Osu says, Bernard, I'm afraid what we experience today may worsen in subsequent weeks and months. Why do I say this? You remember the Interior Minister Muntaka Mubarak announced to Ghanaians the accountability press conference that they have relieved over 1,500 fully trained security personnel off duty because there are challenges with their recruitment. Interestingly, it seems normal and we have all moved on. But in a few days to come, those people may take guns and look for jobs for themselves. And we'll be here to discuss targeted and very professional shootings in robbery operations. God have mercy on this country. This is from Yesuvi. I'm very much disappointed in the security expert you just called. Killings are going on, and he's talking about nurses' strikes as an example of free speech. We are lost as a nation. Someone sends an African proverb. He says, he who has more to lose should always run away from trouble initiated by he who has nothing to lose. Good morning, Bernard and team. Concerning security in our schools, a senior high school in eastern region of Ghana, you'll see galamseyas, excavators operating in and around the school, endangering lives and property. These galamseyas, some of whom use weapons, are seen walking through the school wearing their Wellington boots and holding their tools. Imagine any of them. Just imagine, and that's from a concerned
And that's
parents.
at Boku State College. The old students have been complaining about this situation. Very, very serious.
Around the school, they are doing
Papa, the boarding houses, people are digging under the buildings. Abusko, go and see. Go and see.
I mean, Charlie, you're Charlie.
No, it's order broken down.
Yeah, law and order.
It's broken down completely. We can't use words to, I was listening to Colonel Abuaji and I found it so funny. I found some of his statements so unfortunate. This is the security expert that we should be listening to on a morning like this in this crisis. I mean, I won't say much, but it's disappointing when we hear things like this. Security expert, there's so much going on, and you talk about nurses going on strike. Will this be the first? Anyway, let's deal with the issue. But you know, look, it's always happening in the other person's home until it gets closer. This is what we are saying, and it keeps getting closer. The police has been incompetent. You can give us every reason, every justification, but the outcome as we see now is that the police has been incompetent. And this is what emboldens the people to take the law into their own hands. And we see it happening every day. Look, Boku geographically is so far from us, but the repercussions of what is happening in Boku is not far from us. Let's always remember.
Kojonchi has a message for us. But let's also get to work.
Well, where we are, the entries have been received and the marking has begun. Who makes it to the next round of the Literacy Challenge 2025? Randomly selected entries will be read on 97.3 Citi FM, on Branch in the City and Traffic Avenue, and on the Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 TV. Stay tuned in to 97.3 Citi FM, Channel 1 TV to find out who makes it to Level 2 of the Literacy Challenge on Monday, 4th August 2025. Level 2 will include an aptitude test, and here the top 50 contestants from across the country who will make it to this next round shall take part in a written aptitude test on Saturday, 9th August 2025 at 12 noon at the British Council, Accra. The grand finale, here's what's going to happen. Top 10 contestants chosen from Level 2 shall compete for the grand prize of 10,000 Ghana cedis in a classic quiz competition on Friday, 15th August 2025. Literacy Challenge 2025 is powered by Citi FM, supported by Channel 1 TV, and sponsored by Belmu and GB Assessments. But a friend of mine called to say, Charlie, the 10,000, he identifies as a 12-year-old. Can you participate on that? Now, if you're in need of space for your business in Tema, or maybe you need quality equipment for construction projects, then look no further. MPC Limited has got you covered. So we are located in Tema. We offer spacious and secure factory and warehouse facilities, fully serviced offices, modern apartments, and a wide range of construction equipment such as concrete mixers, block machines, binding and cutting machines, scaffolders, slam cones, and cube test modes for your projects. We have everything you need. So just visit our showroom and rental spaces at Tema Heavy Industrial Area. Call us 0500 27702. Our email is sales@mpcltdgh.com. MPC Limited, empowering you to build more. Now, if you're looking for a best of flavor in every sip, discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. Enjoy the classic Piva Cola flavor, perfect fit anytime. And if you want something fruity and adventure like that, we have the Piva Orange fruit drink. We also have the Piva Cocktail fruit drink, Piva Grape fruit drink, and Piva Tangy fruit drink. Find all these at a local store near you. The number to call is 0550-032-231. Piva beverages, taste you will love.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is City 97.3.
Ghana, get ready. The biggest sales event of the year is back. National Sales Leaders Conference 2025, organized by Core Event Solutions, powered by MGA Consulting and proudly supported by CIMG and AGI. Happening on August 19th to 21st at the Accra International Conference Center. The special guest of honor for this big event is the Chief of Staff, Honorable Julius Deborah. Join over 2,000 participants, including CEOs, Managing Directors, Sales and Marketing Heads, among others, for 3 unforgettable days of insight and high-level networking with 68 seasoned speakers tackling 25 impactful topics across various industries. This is the one event you can't afford to miss. Reserve your seat now. Visit nslcaccra.org or call 0502-711-070 to secure your ticket. NSLC 2025, redefining sales excellence for a dynamic market.
It's time to take the next step toward your dreams. Admissions are now open for our October intake at Lancaster University, Ghana. Get ready for a world-class education, global opportunities, and an unforgettable experience in Ghana. For more information, contact us at +233 030 211 8989 or send an email to admissions@lancaster.edu.gh. Apply today and begin your journey to success with Lancaster University, Ghana. Your future starts now.
Charlie, where are you?
Boss man, I'm at the bank.
Really? But your car is in front of your house.
Bro, my bank on my phone, Charlie.
Oh, how?
EcoBank, bro. With EcoBank mobile app, I can do everything, anywhere, anytime. Listen, I just checked my account balance, paid Ahmed's school fees, and sent money to my grandma at Wale.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Masa, just download the EcoBank mobile app from the Google Play Store or the App Store or dial *770# and be your own bank manager.
Manager.
Whether to pay bills or fees, to check account statements, send money across Ghana, abroad, and more, EcoBank mobile app has got it covered. EcoBank Mobile, making everyday people live everyday lives the EcoBank way. EcoBank, the Pan-African bank.
Wherever you are, the game is nothing without you. It's on like never before this season. Every major league, every cup, every qualifier, the players, Kudus, Semenyo, Iñaki, the goals, the emotions, and the bragging rights. It's all on SuperSport, available on DSTV and GoTV. Get your DSTV decoder at 89 cedis and GoTV decoder at 399 cedis. DSTV, your home of entertainment. GoTV, love it.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
All right, so we have a big event later today. It's the Odadia Conversations on the agribusiness sector. Here's a quick summary of what we're expecting.
The Presec Old Boys Association proudly presents Conversations Under the Baobab Tree 2.0, an Odadia National Dialogue. This year, we tackle a topic that touches every Ghanaian towards a holistic approach to agriculture in Ghana. Join us on Wednesday, 30th of July at exactly 6 p.m. at the EcoBank Head Office Auditorium. Come hear from one of Ghana's most celebrated farmers, Odadia James Boating, 2018 National Best Farmer, delivering the keynote address. Meet the speakers, Odadia Professor Felix Ankoma Asante, Pro-Vice Chancellor of Research at the University of Ghana, Beacon Sheila Cornelius, Managing Director of Cornelius Farms and CEO of Lawn Naturals, Odadia Dr. Ernest Esiedu, Agricultural Transformation Specialist at IITA, Odadia Kwame Asaria Mwakohene, Managing Director of CTA Engineering Ghana Limited, and Odadia Dr. Henry Enim Sumwa, Director of Operations, Agromite Limited. Let's rally together under the Baobab Tree and chart a new course for Ghana's agricultural future. Powered by Channel 1 TV and proudly brought to you in partnership with EcoBank. For more information, visit www.odadia.net. Illuminate with the beamos lumen in thy light. We shall see light. The general public is warmly invited. See you there.
So it's 10 minutes to 10, and I just want to reiterate again, we have a big conversation tonight, or that dear conversations, under the Baobab Tree. We're discussing agriculture, or that dear James Boating, a man you know very well.
Oh, James, my boss at Coca-Cola, man.
Amazing.
Correct guy.
He's going to be leading a conversation on the agriculture sector, revitalizing the sector. It's become a very important subject. holistic approach to agriculture. The province of investing for Professor Felix Ankuma Santi, also a presenter, is going to be there, as well as other speakers. And I want you to endorse the program for
no, Charlie, coming after the Agribusiness Forum, I think it's very important that we keep the conversations about agriculture going, and within the PRESEC context, it gives it a serious footing. You know, once it's done, it seeps into the other fraternity, across the globe, and you know. So I think, Charlie, this evening all roads. Ecobank. Correct. We are going there, Charlie. Yeah. You need to give me that dear cloth. Let me wear. Come on. And show off.
I'll give you.
I'll
even give you a tie.
No, NS, Charlie, yeba. NS for bring food, you know. So we'll be there, Charlie. No, but seriously, I think that you couldn't have had a better topic.
A better keynote speaker.
Oh, yeah.
The man has a 500-acre mango farm, 300-acre teak and acacia plantation, 200-acre cashew farm, 100-acre oil palm, 100-acre orange, 50-acre cassava, plantain and maize, 30-acre cocoa, livestock and poultry, fish pond, snail farm. All in
and I think that it will be good. Are we covering this live?
Live on television.
It will be very good, people, to listen to James Watting.
I tell you.
I mean, James was such a model when we were at Coca-Cola. He was a national sales manager at Coca-Cola. He then became country manager for Cadbury for many years. And so within the FMCG,
he also did something at BAT.
BAT before Coca-Cola. Yes. You know, for the longest time, he was one of the models in the FMCG space, and he chose to move into farming. It's not something that we can joke with. His experiences, oh Jesus! So this evening we are all
moving there,
straight up.
So at 6 p.m. at Ecobank head office.
While we are at it, Diamond Cement is coming your way with quality cement. We have the 42.5 grade, R grade, 42.5 R grade cement, highest quality on the Ghanaian market. We have the 32.5 R grade, good value for your pocket. We've been in the industry since the year 2000. We've been putting smiles on the faces of homeowners, block makers, and supported numerous construction works. We are rated green by the EPA. Please deal with us, okay? We are across the nation. You will find us everywhere, but our factories are in Apalao, Takoradi, and Buepe. Our number is 0244 313 368. 0244 313 368. Diamond cement is still as hard as a diamond.
There is a baby, say.
Come on.
There is a. Lumba. Daddy Lumba.
There is a baby, say.
He will sing a song. He said, "Daddy,
just ye." In the just ye, the cute. When you must say. In the giving body fans.
James will be
we have to end with a song.
It be very necessary.
A few more comments before we wrap up. Francisca, if you can wrap up.
Mohammed Sani from Damfa says, good morning, Bernard and team. I've been pondering the challenges of naming towns and areas in our communities. With GPS and digital mapping on the rise, I'm curious about the process behind generating and assigning street names. It seems like a complex issue, and I suspect that the lack of community consultation might be a root cause. Without public input, it's no wonder we are facing problems with street naming, which can even affect Google mapping accuracy.
Correct, for 3 points.
Here's another one. He says, in my area, we have names of places like New York, Washington, Freetown, Mexico, Ecuador, Middle East, Bethlehem.
It must be Ashama.
Okay, so that's Vicky from Ashama. Selassie says, hello, Citi.
Hello.
Please note that Ghana works on nicknames. The more you complain about a nickname, the more it sticks on you. That's part of culture. We can't fight everything. Bernard and team, there's a place in Teshi called Rasta on the Bush Road.
We know that place.
There's a man... There is a man, he had dreadlocks because of his religious beliefs who lives there.
But right now, ICGC has taken over that area. Where is the Rasta Road?
Yeah.
She Rasta.
It's not Tad.
So basically, when you ride, you see the Rasta man. So I told you Rasta.
They had a joint there. A joint.
Oh, the Rasta people used to meet there.
One time, Selassie, I rule.
But rule for us.
And so we are ruled.
So yeah, he was virtually the only person living there. So the area was named after him. He's still alive and sits in front of his shop at the bus stop most of the time. There's also God is able in Teshi because there's a building at the junction that has an inscription, God is able.
Why would they call a place Shikpon Tele? What's the meaning of that?
You can't carry land or something.
Shikpon is land or earth.
Yes.
Floor. And then Tele is carrying.
Yes.
So how do you have a place called Shikpon Tele?
I don't know the meaning.
You don't know, nobody will know.
No. I'm just saying I don't know the context.
You have a village farm there.
I'm just saying that I don't get the context. But Shikpon Tele is like the earth is carrying it. Yes.
The earth is carrying.
Yes.
All right, cool.
Okay, yes, another one from Max. Good morning, Bernard. The original Aviation Road and its junction at Ashale Botre has now been named Agou Junction because Agou's workshop is there. This is from
But you see, if you say Agou Junction, I don't think that's the kind of things that people are contesting.
Yeah, I say you can't call my John and crew.
Yeah, my John is my Atang my is the name, and then John is the valley. No, I'm just saying. So they are saying that don't replace our indigenous names. Don't
with hills.
No, you don't replace them. It's not about hills. Do not replace them. I mean, you see, you can't go to some regions and go and do this. So why do you want to do that here?
Two plots.
No, I mean, look. People didn't pay attention to it, but now a lot of the Ghana communities are reorganizing themselves.
Yes.
Thank God for the new Gamanche. Is it new?
I want you to add your voice to this my job Nanakro matter.
No, I'm just saying that we should hear them out. You understand? Once upon a time, we used to refer to a place called Labadi. They came and said, "Look, this is that's not the name. It's La," and so now we all call it La. You understand? And we are fine. Well, the hotel should have taken a cue to do their own name change, but the name is a name. But just as a sign of respect to the indigenes of La, if I were involved in that hotel, I would have changed the name. What do you have to lose? It's not like it's a chain of hotels called Labadi Beach Hotels. It's just, but I don't know what went into it. But I think we need to respect
and also, we must know when we enter a space that we are entering the place. That's my problem.
Yeah.
You can just be driving and you have reached some place.
Well, it also behoves on the assemblies to start
For example,
the usage of signage, road signage, area signage.
When I leave Teshi and I'm going to Nungwa, is it clear I've left Teshi?
Well, it won't be clear to the visitor, but it should be made clear.
It should be made clear.
It should be made clear.
When I'm moving from Osu to La, I should know I've left Osu.
It should be made clear.
There has to be some. It shows that we understand our space.
Modern societies, it should be made clear. It should be made
clear. You can be driving spin text. We don't know you are in, and you see signboard Lejokuku next week you are in Kuro. You don't even know. Then past year, Adenta is also there in the same area.
Yeah. But I mean, look.
Meanwhile, the assembly one is different from the EC one too.
We will come back even one day. Even the use of the reference Spintex is going to be contested.
Yeah, what is Spintex?
Because that's the name of a company.
And where does it even start from?
Well, it starts from. It's supposed to start from
Bank of Ghana.
No, it's supposed to start from Action Chapel that side all the way to
Flower
the end.
Pot, all the way. Then when you get to Coca-Cola,
no, beyond.
So when you turn right to,
there are different places. There are different. Opoigono is there. I forget.
Kinds of places.
There are lots.
But is that place Teshi or Nungwa?
It's split between Teshi, Nungwa, and La.
Look at that. Charlie,
so the terminal bit going to the Accra Mall side would be for the La people. Okay, including the airport space.
Then when you pass Flower Pot,
once you move into Flower Pot, you have Nungwa on your right and to some extent Teshi on your left. and some it's mixed.
Because apparently Adenta service is
some of the lands have actually exchanged hands over the last 40 years.
Because of some court
there were
cases
times that it belonged to Nungwa people who sold the land, and then the court order reversed it, and then it went back to the Teshi people. So we have that mix. But each footprint you find there has a name which is not Spintex.
So the Spintex name is just hanging.
Yeah, so one day when we
wake up, Charlie football ground was Spintex there was more no.
Yeah, man, Chelsea, Ethiopia. But let me wish my sister Abigail Kuda a very happy birthday. God bless you. We love you so much. You know the love is deep. We'll talk later. So yeah, you know what, I'll do it.
It's 2 minutes past 10. Let's bring you the news, Jubi.
Coming up, President John Mahama renews appeal to feuding factions in the Boku chieftaincy dispute to embrace